The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5, Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Holly's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into Sager Field. It's the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title game between the Jefferson Cougars and the Washington Patriots. For Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10 Sports, I am Matt Crawford. Back with me this evening to my right is Matt Miller. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman. Avery Newport, our on-site engineer. And Colin McLaughlin is our man back at the studio. Well, Matt, we saw Martinsburg punch their ticket to the regional round next week with a win over Hedgesville in extra innings last night. It was extra innings right here between these two teams to force a decisive winner-take-all sectional championship game tonight between Washington and Jefferson.
Yeah, there's been some great baseball in both sections here in the postseason, and last night no different as 3 runs scored in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Jefferson Cougars to tie the game at 5, and then they get that run in the bottom of the 10th inning for the victory, 6-5, avoiding elimination and forcing this game here today. Matt, you were telling me earlier today on Miller time, that game last night here, combined with that 3-2 Martinsburg win to claim that sectional championship over Hedgesville, gives us 7 postseason games here in Region 2 decided by just a run.
Yeah, it may not be the best talent in the Eastern Panhandle we have ever seen, but it certainly has been one of the more competitive postseasons we have seen over the last several seasons, and the way things are going, would not surprise if we got to 8 one-run games before this one is crowned here in Shenandoah Junction tonight. For Jefferson, the 1 seed in the region, the 1 seed in the section, and for Washington trying to pull off what would be one of the bigger upsets in recent history, not only in the Eastern Panhandle, but I would think across the entire Mountain State, as Jefferson was the number 1 team in the state for the better part of the year.
Yeah, and they're still very highly ranked, along with Bridgeport and Morgantown and Hurricane, those teams up there near the top all season also. But yeah, Washington comes in 3 games under 500. They're 12-15 after a win against Jefferson earlier in this postseason, a 4-2 victory. They also had a win against Hampshire, and then the loss yesterday against these Jefferson Cougars. And, you know, Jefferson comes in typical Jefferson fashion, 24 wins to just 3 losses. Their 44th consecutive 20-plus win season, and this team with a little more experience than what the Washington Patriots had, at least coming in. I think by now both of these teams have plenty of experience.
And I think you look at contrasting styles at the plate, and nobody hitting the ball harder across the state, or at least out of the ballpark across the state as much as this Jefferson Cougar team. And for Washington, they come in with just 1 home run hit on the season, so they're going to play a little bit smaller ball, and the bats hopefully for Jefferson going to pick up some momentum, because after what was a long layoff in between the end of the regular season with some rain and the fact they got the bye mixed in with some inclement weather last week, I think the bats taking a little bit longer than Coach Lowry would like to get hot here in the sectional round.
Yeah, both of these teams do put the bat on the ball well. You're looking at a .332 team batting average for Jefferson, .320 for Washington. As you said, though, the difference, how they get it done, you're looking at 47 doubles, 6 triples, 1 home run, and 156 driven in as a team for Washington. Look at those same numbers for Jefferson, and it is 53 doubles with 3 triples, 27 home runs, and 214 runs driven in the power numbers there for Jefferson.
All right, that is a look at our matchup. A 60-second break back at the studio. When we come back, we'll hear from both head coaches as John Lowry Sr. back at the ball field tonight. We'll explain what kept him away from the ball field yesterday, but good to see him back at Sager for a winner-take-all game. It's a Section 2, Region 2 title in AAA in West Virginia high school baseball. First pitch just a few moments away. We're back after this 60-second break.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back into Sager Field. Matt Crawford, Matt Miller here with you. Both teams done their warm-ups. You would imagine a little bit of field maintenance as we get just about ready for action here on this Tuesday night of high school baseball. All right, Matt, let's hear from both head coaches, starting with John Lowry Sr. Back in action. We understand suffering from the heat a little bit on Saturday. Took a nasty fall and certainly looks like he went a few rounds. Looked a little more beat up than the fighters did on Saturday night after that boxing match, but glad to see him back at the field.
Yeah, got a chance to talk with him going into the game. Thankfully, he is feeling well, and I just asked him about, what he is seeing from his team, the gritty effort that they are showing, and how this sectional tournament is playing out.
Well, we got to give these guys credit. They've been able to reach down and make some plays when they've needed to. For some reason, we haven't been hitting the baseball the way we were earlier in the year. With that being said, I think come tournament time, you're always seeing a little bit better pitching. I think in the high school game, and people fail to realize, if you don't get guys on base with errors, if you don't get guys on base by walks, hit by pitches and so forth, it's tough to string, base runners together to where you can create a rally. The ground balls a lot of times are genesis of that. You saw us win a game the other night on a ground ball to second when it was thrown away. You saw us get a guy in scoring position when we hit a topper to third and they threw it away. We got the winning run in the Hampshire game to second. But there seems to be a propensity to get the ball in the air anymore, and it's counterproductive for this game. This is the high school game where you got to catch the ball, throw the ball, field the ball, make decisions with the ball. And I think sometimes, from an offensive standpoint, that gets away from us a little bit. But with all that being said, I think there's a lot of there's some equity in the Panhandle. I think you can see by the one-run games in the other section, the tight games in our section. It doesn't reflect necessarily the way things go in the regular season when you're playing 3 and 4 games a week and the pitch count starts to come. You can kind of fine-tune your approach with your pitchers and so forth. And I think that's what you're seeing. Washington has a good club. If you look at their record, even though they've lost some disappointing or tight games, I'm sure that were disappointing to them. They played Morgantown a one-run game. They've had some, close games of other teams in the other part of the state. They're certainly a capable team. And that's shown itself here the last 2 nights that we've played them.
All right, that was John Lauer. To cut him off quickly, let's quickly try to get a little bit of the interview from Washington's head coach Colin Nussbaum. The starting lineups beginning to be introduced to those on hand. Got our conversation started with just a winner-take-all game tonight.
Excited. They know it's a do-or-die game, so they're excited. They're always excited to play Jefferson, the county rival and everything. So, I look forward to them just coming out and playing their game. We've been playing really good baseball lately, and I expect that tonight.
How much does it add that it is against Jefferson? Obviously, it'd mean a lot to win a sectional title against Hampshire within the section, but that county rival in Jefferson's got to add a little bit more intensity.
Yeah, coaching 3 sports and being around here for a while, these games always are, a little bit extra special when it comes to Jefferson and Washington. Last night, I think the intensity in the crowd here, and I'm sure it's the same thing tonight with the crowd. It's just fun to be out here. The kids, love it and stuff. So hopefully we're on the other side of it. But like I said, the kids are going to come out here, have fun, and enjoy this thing.
Washington Patriot head coach Colin Nussbaum. All right, let's jump into the starting lineups. As I throw it over to Matt Miller, let's start with the visiting Washington Patriots.
Patriots lineup being introduced to the crowd on hand here has center fielder Kobe Smith in the leadoff spot. Logan Link plays short. He'll bat second. Batting third in left field is Cameron Moore. Doing the pitching, Braden Stottlemyre. He's in the cleanup spot. The number 5 hitter, designated hitter Colin Reed. Reed is batting in the place of starting second baseman Bradley Smedick. The number 6 hitter, catcher Ty Broughton. Batting 7th, first baseman Jimmy Williams. The number 8 hitter in right field is Brendan Kerr. And batting 9th at third base is Zach Wick. Now to the Jefferson Cougars as their starters being introduced. Catcher Connor Bailey in the leadoff spot. He's followed by the third baseman Cullen Bear Horowitz. The designated hitter is Reagan Allinger. He will bat in the 3 spot, batting for starting right fielder Mason LaFollette. Doing the pitching in the cleanup spot is Zach Rose. The number 5 hitter, first baseman Sammy Roberts. Batting 6th in center field is Sam Wabnitz. The number 7 hitter at second base is Finn Horowitz. The number 8 hitter, shortstop Camian Gonzalez, and batting 9th is the starting left fielder Kellen Kinsler.
All right, there's the lineups for both teams as we are just about ready to send it back to the studio, take a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. The Jefferson Cougars in the gold tops tonight, the white baseball pants. Cougars in maroon across the front, and for Washington blue baseball pants and the white uniforms with the red pinstripes and blue numbers and letters across the front and back of those uniforms. All right, let's send it back to the station, take a 2-minute timeout. Opening pitch when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
WVU Medicine introduces a new minimally invasive hysterectomy surgery to our area. V-Notes is an advanced gynecologic technique that provides many benefits to patients, such as shorter hospital stays, less post-operative pain, faster recoveries, and no visible scars. Dr. Aaron Miller and Dr. Lori Tucker with WVU Medicine OBGYN in Martinsburg are the only OBGYNs in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area currently offering this cutting-edge procedure. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
And we welcome you back into Sager Field. It's the West Virginia AAA Region 2 Section 2 winner-take-all title game between the Washington Patriots and the Jefferson Cougars. Zach Rose beginning his warm-up pitches just in front of us. And Matt Rose, some pretty good numbers for the senior coming in.
Yeah, in 9 games and 7 starts, his record 5-1, the ERA at 3.69. 30 1/3 innings he has worked this season, allowing 20 runs, 16 earned on 24 base hits, 45 strikeouts to 17 walks, and has also hit 5 batters.
For Washington, the 3-2 up in the top of the first inning. Kobe Smith, Logan Link, and Cameron Moore defensively. For the Cougars, Rose on the mound, Bailey behind the plate. At first base, Sammy Roberts, Finn Horowitz at second base, Camian Gonzalez at short, then left to right across the outfield, Kellen Kinsler, Sam Wabnitz, and Mason LaFollette.
Yeah, seen some different lineups here in the postseason from the Jefferson Cougars than we have throughout the course of the regular season in the games that we've been able to follow them.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And again, you cannot have more contrasting styles at the plate. Washington, not a team that's going to hit it all over the ballpark, going to try to really play old-school Jefferson Cougar baseball, just kind of play small ball, work it station to station. And Jefferson, they're trying to elevate, much to the dismay from what you heard of John Lowry Sr., but they're going to try to elevate and get the baseball out of the park, and they have done so at a pretty good clip this year.
Yeah, they absolutely have. The Jefferson Cougars with the 27 home runs as a team. Of course, it helps when you've got a guy like Bear Horowitz who has 14 of those 27 himself. But, hey, Zach Rose has added 4 home runs. You've got 3 for Reagan Allinger, and so plenty of other guys that can hit the long ball, including 2 each from Camion Gonzalez and Finn Horowitz.
Weather cooling down a little bit. It was blustery today. It was hot as we were setting up and dripping as we were setting up, but the sun going behind some clouds, we should be free of rain for the evening. Hopefully, again, knocking on wood everywhere as we are just about ready to get things started here. First pitch coming a little bit earlier than expected, coming at 5:56. Here is the first pitch from Zach Rose. Called strike one to the leadoff batter, Kobe Smith, and we are underway. Rose going to go out of the stretch even with the bases empty. We're seeing that more and more at the high school level. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one sent the opposite way. A backhanded stab by Gonzalez. Tries to jeter it on the run, but beating it out with the speed out of the batter's box is Kobe Smith, and it's a leadoff infield single for the Patriots.
Yeah, relatively slowly hit ball and deep in that hole between third and short. No chance for the Bear at third. Camion Gonzalez, a great backhand stab, but clearly with the jump throw to first, could not get enough on it.
Brings up Logan Link. The righty stands on the inner third of that batter's box. First pitch, a fastball, that one below the knees for ball one. Link, a 346 hitter, that's 17 for 69. Is that at 7 walks?
Speaking of those hit numbers for Kobe Smith, that was his 31st hit of the year.
Link squares around a bunt and fouls it off towards the first base dugout. Count even now at 1 to the starting shortstop for the Patriots.
Yeah, Matt, he is the lone senior in this lineup. He has been a very important part of the success this year for this team. Defense at the plate and on the mound.
Rose throws back over to first. Not a big lead by Kobe Smith with the lefty on the mound, but just keeping him honest. Ready with the 1-1. Lincoln square around a bunt. Again, fouls it off. Back to the backstop. So you would imagine now, not squaring around again. He's going to try to put one in play.
And you like the decision-making by Colin Nussbaum in his second season leading these Washington Patriots. Third year overall, 14 wins, 40 losses. A 2-25 year 2 years ago, but has this team at 12-15 coming in.
1-2 pitch is a fastball. That one above the letters. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cameron Moore waits in the on-deck circle. And Moore, one of those guys you'd like to have at the plate with a runner in scoring position. 21 runs driven in, a 439 average. Rose steps off the back of the mound, and a light toss over to first. Kobe Smith had gotten to the bag and turned around before the ball even got there.
And again, runs have been at a premium in the postseason.
He is on the move as Smith, and they call it strike 3, but no throw down to second. So a strikeout for Zach Rose. That is the 12th strikeout on the year for Link, and strikeout number 46 for Rose. But now a runner in scoring position at second base is Smith going on first move.
I know Link is frustrated there that, he strikes out looking at that pitch, but the out, with the steal going on, as good as what the coach wanted, and that's get the runner to second base.
Cameron Moore takes a strike on the outside corner. Good location if Rose can live there all night. Home plate umpires Buck Hoffmaster. We'll get into the other 3 umpires as we get into this first inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball. That one misses just high, much to the dismay of the Cougar faithful to our right. Count even at 1. We mentioned Moore, a 439 hitter. That's 36 hits on the season, 82 at-bats, 14 walks to go along with the 36 hits. Here comes the 1-1 inside, and it hits him.
Certainly not what you wanted to do there in that situation, although putting that runner at first, you now get a force at either third, second, or first. You set up a potential double play ground ball.
Brings up Braden Stottlemyre, hoping to help his own cause early. The Washington pitcher, a 392 hitter, has driven in 19.
sixth batter, by the way, that Rose has hit this season.
And the conversation between Dave Boyd and Buck Hoffmaster, our first base umpire and plate umpire.
Question from J.P. Jones on the Jefferson bench. I'm not sure if he was talking about whether the batter made an attempt to get out of the way of that pitch or what that situation may have been.
Time called at the plate. Connor Bailey going to jog out and have a conversation with his left-handed hurler. As stepping back in is Brayton Stottlemyre, still waiting to see the first pitch of this at-bat. He's been standing in that right-hand batter's box for about 2.5 minutes now. Rose comes set out of the stretch with 2 runners on. Here comes the first pitch to Stottlemyre. Fastball. Inner third about belt high for strike 1.
Yeah, Rose has been hitting that location well.
Lefties and righties. He's lived on that edge of the plate. Inside to a righty, outside to a lefty. Here comes the 1 fastball. That one low and inside. Backing out of the way is Stottlemyre. Count even at 1.
Stottlemyre, one of 6 juniors in this starting lineup.
Rose looks in. Gives the nod, gets the pitch he wants. Comes set. Ready with the 1-1. Here it is. Fastball. This one driven the other way. Off the handle. That's dropping in for a base hit. Rounding third is Kobe Smith. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw in, and not in time as Kobe Smith scores. It's an RBI single for Braden Stottlemyre, and Washington takes the 1-0 lead here in the top of the first.
Stottlemyre picking up his 20th run batted in on the season. Nice job going the other way with that pitch, and heads up base running is Cameron Moore, who was at first, I should say, on the hit by pitch, able to go around to third.
And you imagine that he's got to. On a hit to right field, he got to be able to go first to third on that hit. As looks like we have a courtesy runner as a number 6 making his way to first base.
I don't have that on this roster sheet, but let me go to the roster that we were sent by Coach Nussbaum.
Throw back over to first. Our nameless number 6 at the moment,
Josh McCarthy.
Josh McCarthy going to be the courtesy runner for the pitcher today. Colin Reed is the batter. Still yet to see a pitch. It's another throw back over to first. McCarthy back in safe. 1 down in the inning. Already a run across for the visiting Washington Patriots. Looking to pull off the upset and win a sectional title. Here comes the first pitch to Reed. It's a fastball up and away for ball 1. Reed, a .338 hitter on the season, 26 hits, 77 at-bats, 15 walks as well to just 10 strikeouts. Also has 20 runs driven in. 21 just 90 feet away. Standing at third base is Cameron Moore. Another throw back over to first. And McCarthy, not an overly aggressive lead, although pretty decent for the lefty on the hill. Here comes the 1-0, a fastball in for strike 1.
Yeah, good-looking pitch. That one on the outside edge to even up that count.
Reed steps back in. The DH today. DHing for the second baseman is a quick throw back over to first for the 3rd time in this at-bat. Josh McCarthy back in plenty of time. Earning the jersey wash tonight. Here comes the 1-1. That one fouled off into the backstop netting over towards the first base dugout. Now Rose a pitch away from out number 2. 1-2 count to Reed. Again, just 10 strikeouts on the season. Runners at the corners. Big hole to hit through on the right side. Sammy Roberts holding on. McCarthy at first base. Here comes the 1-2, a breaking ball. That one off the handle, chopped foul down the third base line. Count stays at 1-2.
A key spot early in this one. As Washington with a run on the board and runners at the corners. You know, Rose trying to keep McCarthy close over there, hoping for maybe a double play ground ball.
Here comes the 1-2, McCarthy on his way to second, and they called strike 3 at the plate. So the second stolen base of the game that hasn't warranted a throw by catcher Connor Bailey. Ball popping in and out of the glove of Connor Bailey, but a called strike at the plate by Buck Hoffmaster. 2 strikeouts now in the inning for Rose.
And again, it was that inside corner to a right-hand batter working away from a left-hand batter, but he's been hitting that spot, as you said.
Todd Broughton, the batter, takes one a little bit upstairs, maybe off the plate. Hard to tell off the plate on the right side from our vantage point, is trying to look through a umpire and a catcher as we sit off the the third base side just a bit. The 1-0 pitch, a fastball. That one above the letters. Ball 2. Brought in a .296 hitter. 19 strikeouts on the year to just 10 walks. So striking out just about 2 times more than he's reaching on a walk. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This on a ground ball to the left side. Horowitz has it go underneath his glove. Coming in to score from a third base is Cameron Moore. McCarthy being waved around, and he will score and into second base. Trying to stretch a single into a double, and thrown out at second base is Ty Broughton. The 2 runs will count as they crossed the plate before Broughton was thrown out at second. So we will go to the bottom of the first when we come back with Washington up early, 3-0.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Body in front of it, square up, and even if he doesn't get an out, certainly could have kept a run from scoring.
Braden Stottlemyre on the mound for the Washington Patriots, and man, again, not bad numbers for Stottlemyre on the season.
No, not at all. He's appeared in 13 games with 7 starts coming in, 2 wins, 2 losses. The ERA at 4.51 in 31 innings, has seen 25 runners cross the plate, 20 earned runs. That comes on 24 hits. He has struck out 36, but at times has had control issues, 26 walks and 9 hit batters.
Connor Bailey showed bunt, but pulls back for ball 1 as that one missed above the letters. Bailey, a .357 hitter on the season, as it has been a rotation in that leadoff spot. Peyton Corwin had been in that leadoff spot for the better part of the season as Bailey takes strike 1, the fastball about belt high. And now Corwin has worked his way out of the lineup. Bailey steps back in, awaits the 1-1 pitch. Stottlemyre working out of the lineup with nobody on. Good breaking balls. Bailey swings through it for strike 2.
You know, Coach Nussbaum hoping to get an effort similar to when these two teams met earlier in this tournament. Washington had to open with a win over Hampshire.
1-2 pitch, a fastball that is fouled off back over towards the locker room and indoor hitting facility. Count stays at 1-2.
That was a 7-1 win for the Patriots, and that was last Wednesday. Then after the rainout on Thursday was Friday when these teams got together, and Stottlemyre pitched a complete game in a 4-2 win.
Here comes the 1-2 of breaking ball, and Bailey just getting a piece of it. Fouls it off that home plate, getting back to the backstop. And the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming. Good at-bat so far for the leadoff hitter, Bailey.
In that one, Stottlemyre in 7 innings gave up 2 runs, both earned on 4 hits with 7 strikeouts and 3 walks through 109 pitches and 68 were strikes.
The 1-2 sent it to center field. Moving back onto this, Kobe Smith, and to his right, and will make the catch for out number 1.
A nice play in center. Clearly you could see Smith get a read coming off the bat, making that move over to his right and running that one down pretty easily. Got the sunglasses on out there as that bright sun goes down off the right field or first base line. So you've got your third baseman, shortstop, left fielder, center fielder kind of all dealing with that sun.
The batter is Cullen Horowitz, and the breaking ball goes behind as he leans in more towards the plate. Not a great grip, apparently, for Stottlemyer's. That one, not surprising with the amount of sweat probably on that young man's hand right now. Count 1-0 to Horowitz. The Bear, 407 hitter, 14 home runs. And is it more home runs at Jefferson High School than anybody else in history? As he takes the fastball just below the knees, maybe a bit outside. Count 2-0.
Yeah, Horowitz power numbers, very impressive. 11 doubles to go along with the 14 home runs, so that's 25 extra base hits out of 33 total hits.
The 2-0 fastball in for strike 1. And we were told we had to say hello to 2 special people watching on TV or YouTube tonight, Matt.
Yeah, Grandma and Grandpa Bear, we understand. Grandma and Grandpa Horowitz tuning in for this one.
Horowitz watching the 2-1 fastball. Count even at 2-2. Good battle back for Stottlemyer. Horowitz steps in. The 2-2 pitch just high. Count full 3-2.
That's a 6'3" frame in that batter's box. That's a pretty good size strike zone, but I think that was the right call. That one a little up and away.
17 strikeouts for Horowitz on the year, but 21 walks go along with 33 hits. The payoff pitch sent right back up the middle, skimming off the mound on its way through, but into center field for a 1-out single.
He does not take an easy cut, does he? With 2 strikes on him, you're like, maybe you reduce that swing a little bit. No, he has taken the big cut and sent that one, as you said, right back through the box. And thankfully, Stottlemyer did not have a leg or a foot in the way of that one as it skipped off the top of the mound.
Yeah, that would have left a bruise for sure. Reagan Ollinger, the designated hitter, steps in that right-hand batter's box. He's hitting for Mason LaFollette, the right fielder. First pitch to Ollinger, that one low and away, ball 1.
He has had an equally impressive season with that average at .314, 3 homers and 25 driven in. A good protector, if you will, behind a guy like Horowitz.
Ready with the 1-0. Here it is from Stottlemyer. This one lifted into left field. Moving back onto this Cameron Moore, and he will chase that one to the wall. One bounces the wall. Horowitz rounding second base. He's going to go into third, standing up, and it's a 1-out double for Reagan Ollinger. And there are the bats that Jefferson was looking for.
Yeah, and there you go. 4th double of the season as Ollinger took that one deep into left. And great effort by Cameron Moore going back on it, but just no way he could catch up with it. That one landing on the warning track and then hopping against the fence.
Yeah, got a good read on it. And certainly some speed in left field, but just not enough as that one hit very sharply off the bat of Ollinger. Brings up pitcher Zach Rose, the powerful lefty in the order. Obviously, we talked about the last 2 batters being powerful from the right side of the plate. Rose, some good power numbers as the senior lefty. 4 home runs and 25 driven in on the year and a .356 average. First pitch to Rose as he takes fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, add 4 more doubles in there. You're talking 26 hits, and 8 of those have been for extra bases.
Stottlemyer looks in, working out of the stretch with runners on second and third, and Rose will call time at the plate.
You mentioned his batting average, his on-base percentage, .469 when you add 17 walks.
Stottlemyer comes set. Ready with the 0-1, a fastball check swing at the plate, and Rose did not go around as that fastball missed below the knees. Is there an appeal? There is an appeal, and no. Did not go around.
I believe that's Jeff King.
I think that's what I was thinking as well. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Rose. That one fouled off, hitting a chest protector and an umpire on its way through. Count 1 ball, 2 strike to Rose.
Yeah, I believe it is King at third. You've got Zach Stollifer, your umpire, at second. Dave Boyd at first, and you had mentioned earlier Buck Hoffmaster behind the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here to Zach Rose. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. That one's some late movement. Missing inside. Count even at 2. Sammy Roberts waits in the on-deck circle. If one of the two in front of him able to get on, Wobnitz is in the hole. Runners get their lead off second and third. It's Ollinger at second and Horowitz at third. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one a ground ball right back up the middle as Rose is going to score 1, maybe 2. Horowitz coming in to score from third, and Ollinger going to be waved around. A headfirst dive into home plate, but there wasn't even a play at home. It's a 2 RBI single for Zach Rose, his 26th and 27th driven in on the year, and Jefferson back within 1. It's 3-2.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting. Just took it right back up the middle. No chance for the second baseman, Smedic, to get over. And it had enough pace to get through the infield, but not a scorcher. And so by the time Kobe Smith in center could charge in and pick it up, really never had a chance to throw out the runner at the plate.
We're going to have a shootout here tonight.
It's looking like it early on, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly has that feel to it. See if both pitchers can settle down a bit as this game gets into the middle innings. The batter is Sammy Roberts, playing first base tonight with Zach Rose on the mound. First pitch swing, he fouls that one up and out of play for strike 1.
Almost don't recognize Roberts when he steps in.
What did he tell us? He had to cut the luscious locks off. Those are the exact words he used.
That was a reference I believe you made earlier in the season when we were here, and he said he just made that decision today because of the heat.
I cannot blame him. On the move is Zach Rose. He's making his way to second base. That throw bouncing a few times before it gets to Logan Link at second base. And in is a courtesy, or is that Corwin? As a courtesy runner.
It is.
Yeah, Peyton Corwin, the courtesy runner for pitcher Zach Rose. And he's at second base, so another runner in scoring position. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Roberts. That one low and away. Good block by Broughton at the plate to keep it in front and keep Corwin at second base.
Yep, tying run now in scoring position and still just 1 out, so a big opportunity here for Jefferson. This is what you want. You give up 3 in the top of the first, come back and answer in the bottom of the inning, and that's what they're doing.
1-2 pitch to Roberts. Here comes a breaking ball, and they called strike 3 at the plate.
Yeah, and Roberts was nodding his head, yes. He knew that was a strike. Very good pitch from Stottlemyre. Tremendous movement, and Roberts clearly fooled.
2 down in the bottom of the first. The batter is number 6, Sam Wobnitz. Wobnitz stands in with a runner in scoring position. That's Peyton Corwin, the courtesy runner for Zach Rose, standing at second base. Here comes the first pitch to Wobnitz. Sends that one the other way, but a good backhanded stab by the first baseman, Jimmy Williams. 2 runs come across the score in the inning on the 2 RBI single for Zach Rose. He scored Ollinger and Horowitz. We'll go to the second inning. When we come back, Washington leads Jefferson 3-2.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back into a warm Sager Field as we'll get our look at the weather for this one in Shenandoah Junction. 88 degrees, feels like 91 at 6:20 in the evening. Welcome to summer, folks.
Feels a little better in the shade, though.
It does.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A packed house here tonight at Sager Field as the 2 representatives from Jefferson County High Schools, the 2 left in the section. competing for the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title. Jimmy Williams leading it off for Washington here in the top of the second inning. He takes ball one high and outside. Williams on the season a .370 hitter, as he has that one hit him in the leg, and that's the second hit batter for Zach Rose.
Yeah, 5 coming in 9 appearances and 7 starts, and has already hit 2 in the first 2 innings in this one.
So the leadoff man on for the second straight inning for the Patriots. It was an infield single for Kobe Smith to start things off in the first. Now a hit batter putting Jimmy Williams on. The batter now Brendan Kerr at open stance as the righty awaits that first pitch. A fastball right down the middle, strike one.
Well, we've talked about it. Rose has had success on that inside corner against those right-hand hitters, but when he's missed, it's been too far inside, and he's hit a pair of batters.
The count 0-1 as Kerr squares around to bunt, pushes but misses the bunt attempt, and quickly behind on the count 0-2. Everybody just wanted to stab at the baseball with bunts nowadays. Catch it with the bat.
Right.
Got to go into protect mode here. Does Kerr with 2 strikes on him. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, a fastball, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Zach Rose. He's now got 48 on the season.
On a good pitch there. He went with a high fastball upper level of the strike zone, may have even been just a little out of that strike zone. And when you're down 0-2, it's a tough pitch sometimes to lay off of.
Number 9 batter in the order is Zach Wick. He stands in and takes ball one upstairs. 3-2, Washington leading Jefferson. A winner-take-all sectional title game. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one a fastball just below the letters for strike one.
Wick on the season, 16 hits, 58 at bats. No homers, 9 driven in. That's a .276 average.
Here comes the 1-1. This one going the opposite way, and that's dropping in for a single. Moving over to his right is Mason LaFollette. Station-to-station baseballs. Moving from first to second is Jimmy Williams, and a one-out single for Zach Wick as Washington will flip the order and go back to the top. Kobe Smith due up.
Well, you talked about it in the pregame show going into this one. This is the game for Washington. Get base runners, advance those base runners, try to put some pressure on a defense.
And action already down in the bullpen down the right field line. It's Daquan Shipe getting in some warm-up tosses.
Yep, and pitching coach Ken Cross making his way to the mound for a visit to talk some things over with Zach Rose.
And we mentioned in the pregame show, the winner of this game gets a date with the Martinsburg Bulldogs next week in a best-of-3 series. Jefferson, if they're able to get the win, would host the first and, if needed, third game. For Washington, if they get the win, they would have to go on the road game 1, would host game 2, and have to go back on the road to P.O. Faulkner Park for a, if necessary, game 3.
Yep, a lot at stake here, and, you know, there's some Martinsburg players, and we know Coach Byler is somewhere sitting on that lawn chair watching this one. He told us that earlier today on Miller Time, but he was taking this one in as a fan.
Somewhere in the sea of humanity here at Sager Field. Great crowd.
Absolutely.
Mound visit is over. The lefty Kobe Smith stands in 1-for-1 with the infield single on the day so far. Sends this one the other way. That's into left field for a single. Being waved around third, but now held at third is Jimmy Williams, and the base is loaded, 1 down here in the top of the second.
Boy, how about Smith, 2 for 2. He's seen only 3 pitches. It was an 0-1 when he reached on the infield single deep in the hole at short in the first, and wastes no time here taking this one the other way.
First base is Kobe Smith. Second base, Zach Wick. Third base, Jimmy Williams. And now another visit to the mound, and that is all she wrote for Zach Rose. He will go 1 1/3, and Daquan Shipe going to come in relief. We'll see if Rose moves over to first base or if he comes out of the game. You would imagine that there will be some defensive substitutions taking place here. All right, let's figure out what those defensive substitutions may be, as it looks like Zach Rose may actually go to right field. We'll fill you in when we come back as Daquan Shipe gets in his warm-up pitches. 3-2. Bases loaded here in the top of the second. We're back in 60 seconds.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back in with one down in the top of inning number 2. Bases are loaded, and the starter, Zach Rose, only going an inning and a third, 4 hits. All 3 on the bases right now would be his runs if they come across the score. 3 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter, but did hit 2 batters. Defensively, Rose going to go play right field. Haven't seen him do that all season long, but we understand has done so in the sectional round of the playoffs. We believe Kellen Kinsler has come in from left field, and Mason LaFollette will move from right to left. No changes in the infield. The batter is Logan Link. As we get into the Link at-bat, we'll give you some of Daquan Shipe's numbers. We've seen him an awful lot this year in the games we have covered. Link going to square around and try to push a bunt past the pitcher, but instead pops it up and out of play.
Yes, so far on this season, Shipe on the hill, 29 and a third innings that he has worked in 10 games. He has made 4 starts.
Here comes the 0-1-2 Link, and this one sent back up the middle, goes off the glove of Daquan Shipe, runs behind the mound to get it, fires over to first, and safe at first base is Logan Link. Coming in to score from third, Jimmy Williams, and Washington now up 4-2 in the top of the second.
Well, that'll be an RBI base hit for Link as he ripped that one back through the box. That was a great job by Shipe just to get a glove on it, but could not hang on to it.
Wick going to advance to third as Kobe Smith goes to second. Still 1 down in the inning. The lefty Cameron Moore at the plate. Corners playing in defensively for Jefferson as the breaking ball in the dirt, but a good block by Connor Bailey, ball 1. Middle infield playing double play depth, corners playing in. So the corner's going to try to cut down a run at the plate with the bases loaded. That's a force at any bag. But middle infield going to try to turn 2 and get out of the inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. This one sent foul and out of play down the left field line.
Finishing up those numbers on Shipe, a record of 5-0 coming in. Also has a save. Just a 1.67 ERA in his 29 and a third innings, 11 runs, 7 earned on 23 hits with 31 strikeouts, just 9 walks.
The 1-1 hit off the handle, going down the left field line, and foul.
Yeah, that's got a number of players on this near end of the dugout kind of jumping out there so they can see around the fenced area and their teammates. That one clearly foul.
Shipe looks in. Gets that 1-2 pitch. A quick nod, and here it comes, a breaking ball. This one's sent down the right field. That's a fair baseball. 1 run's going to score, 2 runs going to come around to score. Coming in from second base is Kobe Smith. Will they try to score third? They will. The relay coming in from the outfield, and now going to third base on a 3 RBI triple is Cameron Moore. He unloads the bases, and Washington's lead now 7-2.
Boy, oh boy, have they come out swinging the bat in this one, making things happen. 7 runs in just an inning and a third. You asked earlier, is this going to be one of those shootouts? It's going to have to be now if Jefferson is going to come back in this one.
Good speed by Logan Link to score all the way from first base, and there wasn't even a play at the plate. Very well hit baseball for Cameron Moore. He's now got 24 driven in on the year. First pitch to Braden Sotomayor. That one misses upstairs and away for ball 1.
Wow, Washington coming out playing well. You wondered how would they respond after a very difficult 10-inning loss last night. I'd say they're responding well.
That fastball finds the zone for strike 1, the count 1-1.
Matt, did you close the book on Rose?
I did. 6 runs on 4 hits. This one lifted into center field, moving back on it is Sam Wabnett. Sacking up from third base is Cameron Moore. Here comes the throw in from center field, and a play at the plate, but not in time as it bounces in and out of the glove of Connor Bailey. Make it 8-2, the lead for Washington. I think the runner at third, Cameron Moore, beat the throw regardless.
Yes.
With the ball popping in and out of the glove of Connor Bailey, making it a much easier call for Buck Hoffmaster.
Tell you what, very nice throw, though, from Wapnitz to be able to get it there on that one bounce and make that play a lot closer than I thought it was going to be as he was making the catch.
2 down. Colin Reed, the batter, with the bases empty. 6-run advantage for Washington is that fastball. That belled high on the outer edge of the plate for strike one. Chopped foul at the plate, maybe even going off of Colin Reed as he will take a long stroll back behind the umpire and catcher. Work his way back to the right-hand batter's box. Count 0-2 to the designated hitter.
8th batter to hit in this top of the second inning. So Washington with 3 in the first. Jefferson answers 2 in the bottom of the first. Again, how are these Patriots going to respond? Quite nicely. 5 runs in the half inning.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball in for strike 3. What an inning for Washington as 5 come across to score. We go to the bottom of the second. When we come back, see if the bats stay hot for Jefferson as they did in the bottom of the first. They certainly need them to, the way Washington is hitting the baseball. Bottom of the second, when we come back, it's the Patriots 8, the Cougars 2.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Welcome back into Sager Field, as it has been a offensive outburst for Washington to start this one in their first 2 at-bats. 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Jefferson coming back, scoring 2 in the bottom of the first, but then 5 in the top of the second for Washington, and they hold the commanding 8-2 lead early.
Matt, let me give you an interesting couple of stats. Here we go. 51st meeting in this series between these two now county rivals. Jefferson has 38 wins. Washington has 12 wins. But in the sectional tournament, Jefferson has 14 wins, Washington 10. 10 of their 12 victories have come in the postseason, and their first win ever in the series back in 2011 was in the sectional tournament.
And, hey, we hear it all the time. This is the actual season, right? Everything else is just for those sectional rankings to get the coaches to vote. Leadoff batter in the bottom of the second for Jefferson is Finn Horowitz. He takes ball 1 high and inside. Braden Stottlemyre back out as the starter, as that fastball right down the middle for strike 1. 24 pitches in that first inning is what we would have for Stottlemyre.
Yeah, would like to get that down a little bit in this half inning.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball inside and probably just a bit below the knees for ball 2. The count 2-1 to the younger of the 2 Horowitz brothers.
Hi again, Grandma and Grandpa.
2-1 pitch. That one fouled off out of play, back over top of our heads. Count even at 2.
Hey, you like the way Stottlemyre is attacking? Not going to be fazed by giving up the 2 runs on the 3 hits in that first inning.
Stottlemyre with a big smile on his face right now, ready with that 2-2 pitch. And a called strike 3 at the plate, and Finn Horowitz gets retired on strikes for the 9th time this year. And the second strikeout on the day for Stottlemyre.
Yep, hitting his locations. Really nice pitch.
Camion Gonzalez, the starting shortstop for Jefferson. Now the batter, the number 8 hitter in the order. A 346 hitter. Gonzalez been one of those fun ones to watch over the past couple of seasons, whether it's been at the high school level or watching him in summer ball last year. Takes strike 1 on the breaking ball, and a good one at that from Stottlemyre.
He's getting into a rhythm right now.
Yeah. Shakes off a couple of pitches, now ready with that 0-1. Here it is again, going with the breaking ball. That one just off the plate, ball one.
Yeah, low and outside. Tried that same pitch, didn't quite get the same location.
Here's the 1-1, a breaking ball, and boy, did that fool came in. Gonzalez way out in front.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking after a couple of breaking pitches he's going to try to blow one by me. And, yep, Gonzalez way out in front of yet another breaking pitch.
I would imagine that Sotomayor probably comes back with the fastball here. Now that Gonzalez has timed up that breaking ball. Here it comes. It is a fastball as Gonzalez chased that one up the ladder. It's a ground ball to Logan Link. He's up with it. Fires across the diamond. A good stretch by Jimmy Williams for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that one tailing off a little bit towards right field, but a nice play, as you said, by Williams, keeping the foot on the bag and reaching out to pull that one in.
Also, look, it almost popped out of the glove of Logan Link at short.
That's a high pitch as well. Give Gonzalez some credit, getting a bat on that fastball, putting it in play.
So the batter now, Daquan Shipe, as he takes ball one well above the letters and outside, so Kellen Kinsler won't get in at bat. With the way that things moved around in the outfield, the batter is Shipe as he puts one into play. A ground ball again over to Logan Link. Brings that one into the body. Makes a strong throw across the diamond, and Jefferson goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. The third inning, when we come back, Washington leads Jefferson 8-2.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
Leading Jefferson. It was 3 in the top of the first for the Patriots, 5 in their last at-bat in the second inning. As we go to inning number 3, in with your play-by-play, Matt Miller.
Matt Crawford, thank you very much. John Alderton on our TV10 and camera, Avery Newport, our on-site producer, Colin McLaughlin, our engineer back at the studio. Matt, how do you like this for efficiency through those first 2 innings for the Washington Patriots? They have scored their 8 runs on 6 hits, taken advantage of 2 hit batters. They have not stranded a base runner yet. If the batter is reached, he's come around to score.
That is efficiency.
There it is. Ty Broughton ready to stand in, number 6 hitter in the order. The only Patriot that didn't get to hit in that second inning as Washington sent 8 batters to the plate. Broughton reached on an error that helped to bring in a couple of runs back in that first inning. Swings at this pitch, lifts it in the air, sinking quickly into right center field, dropping in for a base hit. Will it be just one? Yes. That one cut off by the center fielder. Wabnitz able to get it in and hold Broughton to the leadoff single, and the hits continue. How about number 7?
And Matt Wabnitz on a great read on that baseball as he had to slow up to try to judge where that one was going to bounce, and then to quickly turn on the jets to make sure that one didn't get by him.
So we will have a courtesy runner taking over out at first. That was a number 9, and that would be, Ryan McCarthy was listed in 9 on the roster. So let's go back to the text message from earlier. Matt, you've got that as Jimmy Williams stands in. First pitch swinging, pops it foul back out of play for strike 1.
If I find Colin Newsbaum, there it is. So
I got him.
Number 9, we have that as Ryan McCarthy. It was Danny Creamer in the first inning.
No.
Wait, is it 5 over there now or 9 over there now?
It's 9 over there now.
Okay.
Earlier was Josh McCarthy. I knew we had the McCarthy in earlier, but it's a different McCarthy as Williams kind of sticks the bat out there. A little bit of a defensive swing, making contact and fouling that one back out of play. Count 0-2. So it's two different McCarthys, both serving as courtesy runners. Ryan McCarthy, short lead over at first. 0-2 pitch on the way to the plate. Down low and outside. Good backhand stab by Connor Bailey to keep the runner at first. Washington with an 8-2 lead. Bit of a surprise to many. This is the only sectional championship in AAA that has not yet been decided.
Not taking anything away from Washington, but I think one that when you looked at it on paper, there's a throwback over to first. I think on paper, this looked like one of those ones that was probably going to be finished quicker than a lot of other sectional tournaments.
I mean, you look at a 24-3 record of the top seed and a team that's been highly ranked throughout the state all season. That's an expectation. Williams down on strikes on that 1-2 pitch. 2 Ks in the ball game now for Daquan Shipe since he has come in.
14 strikeouts on the season now for Williams.
McCarthy still at first with one away. Kerr the batter, pitch to the plate. Runner on the move, and the throw down very high. Kamian Gonzalez high into the air to grab it, but cannot apply a tag as McCarthy gets the stolen base.
And if that throw's on the money, I think they get McCarthy at second. As you said, that one, everything Kamian Gonzalez could do to keep that one in the infield.
It was a ball to Brendan Kerr, who is up for a second time. First time facing Shipe. Right-hand batter with that open stance. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. That one high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Another run in scoring position for a Washington team that scored 3 in the first and 5 in the second. Batting here in the top of the third. Down low and outside. That is ball 3. Kerr, one of 6 juniors, 3 sophomores in this starting lineup. Just 1 senior for the Patriots. That's Logan Link. That's some good talent coming back next year. 3-ball, no strike pitch, a little high and tight. It's a 4-pitch base on balls. Kerr will go to first. McCarthy stays at second with 1 out. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Zach Wick.
Wick a single and came around to score a run in the second inning. One of the 3 to score on the 3 RBI triple from Cameron Moore.
First pitch in the at-bat, a called strike 1 to Wick. You were taken there until you saw a strike after the 4-pitch walk to Kerr.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Roberts placed behind the runner at first with 2 on. Pitch to the plate, fouled. This one out of play off that first base side. Count it 0-2. So you wonder what happens in a particular at-bat as he got Williams on a 1-2 pitch, strikes him out, then 4 straight out of the zone, and now the first 3 to Wick are strikes as Wick fouls the 0-2 off the fencing over in front of the Jefferson dugout first base side.
And just able to get a piece, choked up on that bat a little bit, just kind of threw the handle at it, trying to make contact, did just enough to live to see another pitch.
That's it. You realize it's close enough. You don't want to go down looking, right? So you do what you can to put it in play. The runner's there leads as the pitch comes to the plate. Runner on the move towards third as the pitch is grounded towards the shortstop. In on it is Gonzalez. Kind of circled around that one as he fielded and then made the throw to first to get the out.
Yeah, it was a double steal on first move, so both runners on the move. It was McCarthy from second and Kerr from first. And both of them on first move, advancing a base, and now with 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position. Single scores 2, and Kobe Smith is 2 for 2, so certainly capable of putting one in play and finding the gap somewhere.
Yeah, and the left-hand batter has gone the opposite way both times. Here's the pitch from Shipe, a foul tip hung onto by Bailey. That is strike 1. Big situation here for both Shipe and for Smith. Here's the pitch. That one down low, bounces through to the backstop. We may have a play at the plate, and the throw is too late as Connor Bailey went to grab that one, getting it to the pitcher, covering but not in time as Ryan McCarthy scores from third. It's a wild pitch to bring home a run. Washington adds to the lead out in front 9-2. Another run 90 feet away as Kerr moves up. Counted a ball and a strike. And it's not what Daquan Shipe wanted. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery. This one popped foul out of play to our left. Now at 1-2. Matt, go back to last night in the Martinsburg Bulldogs, top of the 9th inning. Game-winning run scores on what? A pass ball. Those runs so crucial. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch due. Here it comes, and it's a slow roller towards the shortstop. Charging on it is Gonzalez. He's got it, throws on the run, and got him by a half a step. Very nice defensive play.
And not a very big stretch by Sammy Roberts on that play either. That's going to be that close to a play. Usually you're seeing the first baseman stretch a little more than Roberts, but I guess timing-wise he thought, we got him.
Still a run on a hit for Washington as they increase the lead. Moving to the bottom of the third, it's now the Patriots 9, Jefferson 2.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Washington out in front of Jefferson 9-2. We're back to the top of the order for the Cougars. Connor Bailey 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field back in that first inning when Jefferson did put 2 runs on the board on 3 hits.
And that's some action again in the Jefferson Cougar bullpen. Sammy Roberts. Not sure whether that's quite warming up or just tossing a little bit.
First pitch a little high to Connor Bailey. That is ball 1. Bottom of the third underway. Braden Stottlemyre with 11 pitches in that second inning after 24 in the first, so settled down nicely. 1-0 delivery. That fastball a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Bailey with a good eye at the plate. Junior catcher, one of 5 juniors in the starting lineup, along with 5 seniors for Jefferson. Takes this pitch just a little up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. The Washington faithful wanting that one. Buck Hoffmaster says no, a little high and tight. Stottlemyre ready, 3-0. That one definitely high and inside. That is ball 4. 4-pitch base on balls. And Jefferson has the leadoff man aboard. First time in the game they've done that. First batter was retired in each of the first and second innings. In fact, Jefferson went in order in that second inning. That was 5 straight that had been retired by Stottlemyre until the walk of Bailey. And now Cullen Horowitz down to have a word with Arthur Dodson in that third base coach's box, serving as the third base coach. Normally you see John Lowry Sr. down there, but if you missed it in the pregame, fatigued, probably a little under because of the heat and so forth on Saturday, took a fall at home and was not at yesterday's game. And so Coach Dodson out there doing a nice job, and back out there again. Coach Lowry Sr., by the way, he is here at the facility tonight. First pitch to Horowitz, a ball. Stottlemyre ready with that next delivery. Here it comes, and that one down low. 2 balls, no strikes. And Matt, we talked to John Lowry Jr. as he came into the ballpark, and he said Coach Dodson had a very gutsy move in yesterday's game.
Yeah, double steal. Apparently the pitcher for Washington not paying much attention to those on the base paths, as that's now 7 straight that have missed the zone. The count 3-0 to Horowitz. But apparently Coach Dodson seeing that the pitcher not really paying attention to those on the base paths, so went with a double steal, and it paid off as those 2 runs came around to tie the game.
Yep, with runners at second and third, a base hit brought them both in, and ultimately the tie score led to a 10-inning victory. Horowitz takes this one's down and in. That is ball 4. That may very well have been the intentional walk. If that's the case, I don't know why you do it, because you got a chance to just go, hey, put him at first.
But you definitely, Horowitz has had the green light all year long, so you don't just want to throw the old automatic, because he has sent several over the left center field wall here at Sager Field on this fastball, so you're taking a little bit off of, just trying to make sure you find the zone. But that's now 8 straight that have missed the zone from Braden Stottlemyre after he had been pretty darn efficient in that second inning. Just 11 pitches thrown, 35 coming into this half inning.
And brings one of the coaches out. Not sure if that's Keller or English. Toby Keller and Jordan English serve as assistants to Colin Nussbaum. As the conference went on the mound, the 2 base runners went over to talk with Coach Dodson in the third base coach's box. So now Reagan Ollinger stands in. He had a double back in that first inning, eventually came around to score. A double here is going to bring in at least one, maybe more, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Good looking fastball.
And a much-needed strike from Stottlemyre.
Ollinger with a big, deep breath as he looks at the barrel of the bat before stepping back in to the right-hand batter's box. The runners with their leads. Williams playing in front of the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. It's going to bounce away from Broughton by the time he tracks it down. The 2 runners on will advance now in scoring position with Bailey at third and Horowitz at second.
Yeah, one in the dirt. Broughton dropping to his knees to try to keep that one in front. Did a good job of making sure it didn't go to the backstop, but just ricocheting probably somewhere off of that right shin guard.
Count now 1-1. Here's the pitch, and this one hit the other way in the air. Kerr coming in on it will make the grab, tagging at third, and heading to the plate is Bailey, scoring without the benefit of a throw. Horowitz will advance as well as he goes from second to third. 1 down in the inning, but with the run in, Jefferson gets a little closer, now trailing 9-3.
And Ollinger doing a job there. Again, you're not going to get 6 runs back at one time. It's one at a time. Just hit one deep somewhere. You know you got Speed and Bailey at third base. So good job, Ollinger, just doing a job.
And by doing that job, picks up RBI 26 on the season. Brings up Zach Rose, who takes in this pitch a bit high and away, ball 1.
Rose, the 2 RBI single, his first at-bat, sent it right back up the middle. Would score Horowitz and Ollinger.
Rose swinging through the 1-0, now at 1 ball and 1 strike to the senior who started this game on the mound and now plays in right field.
And a hearty cut at that one. That head looking down the right field line as he's coming through.
High fastball up and away. Stottlemyre looked like maybe just put a little too much zip on that one. Overthrow, if you will. Sammy Roberts due next. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes. Good movement on that one, but down and in for ball 3.
Stottlemyre struggling with control this inning. Hadn't seen that quite yet.
No, hadn't walked a batter through 2.
And only 1 3-ball count, and that was the Horowitz in the first inning.
3-1 pitch here, and that went high and outside, and it's the 3rd walk of the half inning. 1 run is already scored, and now you've got runners at the corners as Horowitz stands at third with Rose now at first. It'll bring up Sammy Roberts without the luscious locks.
The lockless.
I hope it wasn't biblical where this strength was coming from the length of the hair. In that first inning, he struck out looking at a 1-2 pitch. Here is a fastball right down the middle, taken for a strike. Those that may not know, I'm referencing, is it Sampson with the long hair and the strength from the long hair. Roberts awaiting. Here comes that next delivery from Stottlemyre. Swing and a miss as he swings through a high fastball.
And not overly confident with that swing. I think that was a late decision to throw the barrel at that one, but all arms, you could tell, was not confident in that swing from start to finish.
The 0-2 is due. The runners their leads. Here comes the pitch, and that one a called strike 3. Roberts with a quick glance back at Hoffmaster as the plate umpire thought that one may have been a bit up and away, but Roberts down on strikes for a second time in this one.
But at this point in the game, you've got to find some way just to get, even if it's anywhere close. You're down by 6 runs. here in the third inning. If it's anywhere close, at least just try to foul it off and let us see another pitch.
Sam Wabnitz, the batter, swing and a miss at strike one.
Good breaking ball for Stottlemyre. That one falling off the table late.
Yep, and Wabnitz expecting the fastball way out in front. He is 0 for 1, lined out to the first baseman Jimmy Williams back in that first inning. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
Same pitch?
Yep.
Same result. Wabnitz not comfortable with the off speed.
And let's see what Stottlemyre decides to do. Do you come back with that same pitch again? Do you try to cross him up maybe with a fastball? Let's see. 0-2. To the plate. There goes the runner Rose breaking towards second. There will be no throw down. Broughton came up and gave the bluff, then turned and looked at the runner at third, and Horowitz stays there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Wabnitz will step back in with 2 in scoring position and his team down 9-3. 2 outs in the inning. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Up and in. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. So Wabnitz hit by that pitch. And boy, what a tough inning it has been on the hill for Stottlemyre as he has now walked 3 and hit a batter. A run is in, and now the bases are loaded for Finn Horowitz.
And now what you expected coming into the third inning. Stottlemyre had really settled into a groove, it looked like, going 1-2-3 in the second inning, and even that first inning hadn't been sporadic with those pitches in the location, but just struggling to find the strike zone this inning.
Yeah, you mentioned 11 pitches in that second match. 7 were strikes. Set down the side in order, a couple of ground ball outs. You're thinking, hey, here we go. Let's see. Is he settling in? And the answer was not yet. Not ready to say no, but not yet. Horowitz got some instruction from his third base coach. Swings the first pitch, rips it in the hole between third and short. 1 Horowitz will score. Here comes Rose. And 2 runs will score on the 2 RBI base hit for Finn Horowitz. Jefferson drawing a little bit closer. Now down 9-5.
Good piece of hitting, 2 strikes. You go up with a slightly different approach, or with 2 outs, I should say. A slightly different approach for Horowitz is you're just trying to make contact somewhere, not necessarily hard, but finding the gap with 2 outs. You're probably going to score 2. Zach Rose, not the quickest on the base paths, with 2 outs. You know, he's going on contact, so a base hit's going to score 2. So a different approach, but a good approach for Finn Horowitz. He drives in 17 and 18 on the year.
Yep, outstanding job. So Horowitz aboard at first. Wabnitz is at second. 2 on, still 2 outs. Camion Gonzalez to the plate, and he will take strike 1.
Now, if Gonzalez is able to find the outfield grass and get Wabnitz in from second base, this ball game takes a whole new shape.
Stottlemyre ready. Breaking pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 2.
And nobody is having success with that breaking ball. We have seen Jefferson struggle to even get solid contact on the breaking ball yet, if they're even able to get a swing off at all. We've seen a lot of pitches taken. Stottlemyre's gone off speed.
He lifts the leg, pivots, and looks. That runner back to second. No middle infielder covering. He went back in standing, did Wabnitz.
No, he's got to be careful. He spun. That foot almost came down in front of the rubber. Not a full turn at all. No argument from the Jefferson dugout, but close to a ball.
0-2 pitch, runner on the move, breaking towards third, and it's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So that will bring the inning to a close. Huge strikeout for Stottlemyre, who gets 2 in the inning, now has 4 in the game. But Jefferson taking advantage of some, well, wild control from Stottlemyre. 3 walks, a hit batter in the inning, a sac fly, and a 2 RBI base hit. It ends up bringing in 3, and as we go to inning number 4, it's now Washington 9, Jefferson 5.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back once again here at Sager Field, heading to inning number 4, and a new pitcher taking over for Jefferson. Third pitcher so far in this one is Sammy Roberts, replaces Daquan Shipe. Shipe came in that second inning with just 1 out, so he'll go an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 runs, and those 3 runs scoring on 3 hits allowed. He would strike out 2 while walking 1, and now Roberts' job to try to keep this deficit to where it is and let his offense try to continue to chip away. Logan Link, the first batter that he will face, and Roberts misses outside with ball 1. Link, the senior, had an infield single to bring in a run his last time up. Watches this pitch that misses for ball 2. Link is 1 for 2, struck out looking in his first at-bat, takes this pitch down low for ball 3.
So far on the season, Sammy Roberts, this is his 8th appearance, 16 innings on the mound, a 3.06 ERA, 14 hits, 10 runs, 7 of those earned, 20 strikeouts to 13 walks.
3-0 pitch. Taken at the knees for a strike. A little bit of a delayed call from the plate umpire Buck Hoffmaster, and Link had already pitched the bat aside, thinking perhaps he had walked.
It certainly wasn't the old automatic. That one not right down the middle.
Now the 3-1 delivery, and that one will be in there for a called strike 2, and Roberts has battled back.
Yeah, and Link again kind of glancing back, and Hoffmaster's motion for a strike. Nothing wrong with it, but on ball 4, he tends to point down the first base line,
right.
And the strike, he points and then comes up like the softball strike call.
Swing at the 3-2 and a bouncing ball gloved by the third baseman, and the throw to first, and Cullen Horowitz able to get the out of Link at first. That was a couple of high bounces. Horowitz in and to his left, fielding and getting it across the diamond in time.
Yeah, strong throw, and Link really pushing off on that last stride, and a long stride trying to get the bag and turned into a bang-bang play at first.
Brings up Cameron Moore. First pitch to him in there for strike 1.
And Jefferson looking to go for the first time in this one and not allow Washington to score in an inning.
Here is a pitch lifted in the air, foul territory down the third base line. Cullen Horowitz over, and the third baseman able to make the play for the second out. So Moore, who had been hit by a pitch and delivered a 3 RBI triple his last time up, retired for the first time in this one on the pop-out in foul territory. 2 down as it brings up Braden Stottlemyre. He is 1 for 1 with 2 runs batted in. Had an RBI single in the first and a sac fly his last time up in the second, and he takes strike 1. So after falling to a 3-2 count to Link, Roberts throwing strikes as he misses with this one high. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Stottlemyre.
Stottlemyre drove in a run on a sacrifice fly to center field his last time up as he fouls this one off out of play over top of our heads. Also an RBI single in this one. He's come around to score a run as well.
Starting pitcher helping his own cause. Here comes that 1-2, and it's lifted in the air into shallow center. Coming in on it and getting there to make that play is Sam Wabnitz.
Hung in the air a lot longer than I was expecting it to.
I am with you. Thought that it was going to end up sinking more quickly, but it's a fly out to medium range center field, and for the first time in this one, Washington goes in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back. It remains Washington 9 and Jefferson 5.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine board certified orthopedic surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
That as we go to the bottom half of inning number 4 storyline. Washington 9 runs on 7 hits. They've yet to commit an error. They've left 1 runner on base. That runner was in scoring position at third. Jefferson 5 runs on 4 hits. They have committed 1 error, and they have left 3 on base and 2 in scoring position. 3 runs in the first for Washington. They added 5 in the second and a run in the third. Jefferson got 2 in the first, nothing in the second, 3 in the third. Let's see what the Cougars can do as they come to the plate. Home half of inning number 4. Number 9 spot in the order, and standing in and taking strike 1 is Kellen Kinsler, who gets his first at-bat. Now the unique situation of high school baseball substitutions, right?
Yeah, was in the starting lineup, didn't get an at-bat, but now re-enters the game.
And gets his first at-bat. He takes this one that misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. So yeah, Daquan Shipe, who had come in and pitched, got to hit in this number 9 spot earlier, offering a bunt, but bunting right through it is Kinsler, and it's 1-2. That was a bunt for base hit. So he was trying to push that one down the line. Now the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch due. Here it comes, a swing and a miss, and another beautiful breaking pitch.
Have that as strikeout number 5 for Stottlemyre on the day.
I'm right there with you. To go along with 3 walks and a hit batter, that all came in the last half inning. I mean, Stottlemyre was his own worst enemy in that third when 3 of the 5 runs on the board scored. Connor Bailey, out of the top spot in the order, stands in for a third at-bat.
Bailey walked his last at-bat, came around to score a run.
He takes this pitch for strike 1.
And Bailey's stance makes his strike zone interesting. He's not short, but his stance, he bends the knees and kind of leans over the plate a little bit. So that strike zone shrinks, especially when he strides out and lowers that frame just a little bit more. So not the easiest strike zone to find on the mound.
A 1 pitch missing, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brief time as Buck Hoffmaster pushes the bear. Cullen Horowitz back towards the on-deck circle a little bit further. Getting out a little far, trying to maybe get better look at some of those pitches. As this one is in the dirt, bounces through to the backstop. Now 2-1. Already seen Stottlemyre a couple of times, as it's the 3rd time around in the order for Jefferson. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery. Good looking pitch. A strike on the outside corner. 2-2. 1 down, bases empty. Bottom of the 4th, 9-5. Washington out in front. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery. That one high, a little inside as well. It's a full count now.
Bailey tried calling for time right before that pitch coming in, but Stottlemyre had just started his motion home.
I would have this just the second full count. Stottlemyre has gone to, and the exact same result as the 3-2 pitch is delivered right back through the box into center field for a base hit. Matt, that's the exact same at bat as Cullen Horowitz in the first.
Yep.
Got to 3-2 and took it right back up the middle.
And both hit very hard right back up the middle. Neither one a flare off the end of the bat. Solid contact on both of those 3-2 counts.
So with 1 down, now a runner at first base, and it brings up the bear. Senior third baseman Cullen Horowitz, who added a walk to that single back in the first that we were just talking about, has come around to score 2 runs. He takes down low, ball 1. Tintelli has been on the base paths. Just look at the right leg on those white pants, covered in the brown dirt from some slides. Takes this fastball. Looked like it hit that inside corner, not right directly down the middle. Good-looking pitch from Stottlemyre for a called strike.
And you know the Jefferson hopeful are sitting here looking for long ball number 15 on the year to make this a 2-run game.
The runner at first dancing around and drawing the attention of Stottlemyre, who steps off.
Yeah, Bailey had taken about 3 steps hard towards second base, then throwing the brakes and making his way back to first.
He's got that lead again as the 1-1 pitch to the plate is on the outside corner for a called strike 2.
And Horwitz frustrated, didn't take a cut at that one. You can tell as he takes that cut coming back in, shaking his head just a bit as he loaded up like he was going to try to flare that one into right field on the outside part of the plate, but held up.
Now that 1-2, a high fastball hit high and deep into center field. Back on it goes Smith. He is at the warning track, and it is gone! Just to the right of the 385-foot sign. There you go. The 2-run home run from the Bear, Cullen Horowitz. Jefferson drawing closer, now within 9-7.
And there is the 15th long ball of the year for Cullen Horowitz, and right on cue, it is what the Jefferson hopeful were looking for as they have come to their feet to our right.
Boy, oh boy, did not miss that one, did he?
Not at all. The deepest part of the field. That one every bit of 395 to 400.
Just to the right of dead center. He put a charge into that baseball. And that brings Colin Nussbaum out as the Washington head coach going to make a pitching change, and that will mean some other changes as well. We'll get those defensive substitutions for you as our new pitcher begins his warm-up tosses. Looks like it'll be Zach Wick who will move from third to take over on the mound. As he gets in those warm-ups, let's send it to the studio, a 1-minute timeout, and then we return. We're in the bottom of inning number 4 with Washington's lead over Jefferson, now 9-7.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Tripp's at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
It looks like a simple defensive maneuver as Logan Link, who was at short, is going over to third base. The starting pitcher, Braden Stottlemyre, is going to play at short, and the starting third baseman, Zach Wick, is taking over on the mound.
And a big situation for a guy that hasn't seen a whole lot of time on the mound this year. Zach Wick, just his third appearance and only 6 innings on the mound this year. In the 6 innings, a 5.83 ERA, 9 hits, 5 runs given up, all of them earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. So a guy that you could probably say really hasn't gotten in a rhythm on the mound this year at all.
Well, and I am going to the game changer right now to take a look at yesterday's game, because you've got to wonder how deep is the pitching for Washington after a 10-inning game yesterday. Well, here we go as the first batter standing in, Reagan Allinger, and he will take strike 1. Number 3 hitter in the order, DH today, has a double and a sac fly to bring in a run. has scored a run as well. 0-1 delivery. Here it comes. Breaking pitch on that inside corner. 0-2. And Matt, 2 strikes on this young man at the plate doesn't mean a whole lot because he can put the ball in play no matter what the count is.
One of the best with 2 strikes in the entire Eastern Panhandle, and a guy that just, quite frankly, doesn't strike out a whole lot. 2 coming in to this game.
In how many at-bats?
72 now. This is 73rd at-bat, has only struck out twice on the season.
0-2 delivery down in the dirt, out in front of the plate for ball 1. And looking back to yesterday, 2 pitchers used by Washington as Logan Link went the first 6 and a third, and then Bradley Smedick, who is the starting second baseman, being DH'd for. In this one, he went 2 2/3 in relief. Here's that 1-2 delivery, and that one misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's not a good follow-through for Wick right there. Still standing pretty upright as that one coming down, trying to go with the breaking ball. And you could see with the follow-through, just couldn't quite get the wrist action he wanted on it.
Now the break even. Fastball hit sharply on the ground, past the third baseman Link and out into left field, and that is a base hit. The hits continue now for Jefferson. 3 consecutive one-out hits. The single from Bailey, the 2-run home run from the Bear, Horowitz, and now Ollinger with the base hit, his second of the day.
Yeah, the bats are here.
Yes.
They have come to play here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
The batter will be Zach Rose, who has not been retired yet in this one. He's got to hold a hit through as Williams holds the runner at first. Not a real big lead for Ollinger, but he'll go to second as the pitch to the plate gets by the catcher. He'll track it down and now throw out to second, and no middle infielder was covering.
And no reason to, as that was clearly going to be an easy jog to second base for Ollinger. And Broughton going all the way back to the backstop and trying to make what would have been about a 200-foot throw. And Braden Stottlemyre puts his hands up going, dude, what are you making that throw for?
Don't do that. If it didn't hit Zach Rose, it would have gone out into center field. Here's a pitch to the plate. That misses high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes now. Rose with the 2 RBI single back in the first inning, drew a walk and scored in the third. The left-hand batter swings and lifts this one very high into straightaway right field. Brendan Kerr is under it, moves in a few steps. He's got it, tagging and heading for third is Ollinger. Here comes the throw. Bounces away from Link, but nicely backed up on the play by the pitcher Wick, and the runner will have to hold. So Reagan Ollinger will go from second to third on the deep fly ball out in right field off the bat of Zach Rose. 2 outs now in the inning for Sammy Roberts. Boy, if he could have taken about 15 feet of height out of that one and added the distance, then Rose had something. So Sammy Roberts 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts, looking to get going offensively in this one, and takes the first pitch for strike 1.
Hoping to help his own causes. He is on the mound right now.
2 runs have scored in the inning, and another just 90 feet away with 2 outs. 9-7 the Washington lead. 0-1 pitch fouled out of play first base side. 0-2 now to Sammy Roberts.
And the strikeouts haven't come deep in at-bats. I mean, 3 pitches in the third inning with the strikeout and 4 in that first inning.
Down in the count here with the 0-2 pitch due. Wick looking in, has the sign, he's ready. And that pitch bouncing out in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's like a form of a knuckleball. Not a lot of movement on that pitch.
And you can tell a different delivery when he's throwing that.
He's ready, and that 1-2 is on the way. Comes back with a fastball, a little up and off the outside corner. 2-2 now to Roberts.
Yeah, the fastball from Wick, 1 fluid motion. And with whatever the mystery pitch is that he's throwing, maybe a little bit of a knuckle curve coming in, it slows down, and you can see that's the pitch coming.
Swinging a line drive, past the dive of the first baseman, Jimmy Williams. Roberts comes through with a clutch 2-out hit the other way. It brings in Reagan Ollinger from third. 3 have scored in the inning, and Jefferson is back to within a run, trailing 9-8.
6 runs in the last 2 innings for the Cougars, as Peyton Corwin will be the runner at first base.
So Corwin serving as the courtesy runner now, as Roberts has taken over on the mound.
He had come in for Rose as a courtesy runner in the first inning.
Sam Wabnitz, the batter. The right-hand hitter takes strike one. Wabnitz with a line out to first in the first. That was that nice backhand stab by Jimmy Williams. And then got hit by a pitch in the third, eventually stranded at second base. Here comes the 0-1. Runner is on the move as the pitch is lifted back towards the backstop and out of play. Just about, 5-10 feet maybe beyond the backstop. Good look by Broughton, the catcher, but ran out of room. So the count to Wabnitz now, no balls and 2 strikes. These last 2 half innings for Jefferson have been very long.
Yeah.
A lot of time for that Washington defense to be out there. That pitcher on the hill as well. 0-2 delivery. Here it comes, and the fastball's up. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And you got to wonder what the mindset is of Washington right now, standing in the field knowing that they had a 6-run lead or 7-run lead at one point in this game.
It was 9-2 at one point. Here's the pitch that misses high. Runner is on the move, and the throw
nobody
down.
covering
And
second base again.
No middle infielder covering. It'll be a steal. Corwin puts himself into scoring position as the count moves to 2-2 to Sam Wabnitz.
And Stottlemyre can put his hands up in the air at the last one that brought him through that he shouldn't have at that time. No communication between Smedic and Stottlemyre in the middle infield. Somebody's got to cover second base right there.
2-out hit here could tie it up. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Here it comes. In on his hands, popped foul, out of play. It'll remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7th batter to hit in this Jefferson 4th after they sent 8 to the plate in the 3rd, and all of that came after a 1-2-3 second inning that had the starter Stottlemyre retiring 6 straight batters. How quickly things changed. Here's the pitch and a foul. Tip at the plate, stays 2-2.
Just able to get a piece of the curveball.
Yeah, dropping the barrel down around his ankle tops to be able to put the bat on that one and foul it away.
Golfing that one more than anything.
Yes. Wick just trying to get out of the inning. The 2 ball, 2 strike pitch, here it comes. And there's a called strike 3. Wabnitz knew it as it went by. He is caught looking. First a strikeout for Wick since he came in, and the tying run will be stranded in a scoring position out at second base. Let's make our way to the 5th inning. 3 runs scoring, though, for Jefferson in the bottom of the 4th, 6 in their last 2 at-bats. They have taken what was a 9-2 deficit and worked their way right back into this one. We will take the break with the score 9-8 Washington.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
And we have a new catcher. It looks to be Riley Vidaz, who will take over doing the catching for Connor Bailey. Let's see where Bailey has gone. He's gone into the outfield. So Mason LaFollette has come out, it looks like.
That's him in left field.
Yeah, and Kinsler has gone over to right. Glad there's not a test, because I'm not sure I'm passing. Well, I could get a C, I think. Colin Reed is the batter to get this top of the 5th inning underway. He's the number 5 hitter in the order, and he takes a fastball high for ball 1. Sammy Roberts came in that fourth inning and set down the side in order. Misses down low with this pitch, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Reed, the sophomore DH, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, and each time got caught looking. This pitch, a bouncing ball towards the shortstop. Gonzalez on the waist-high hop, throws on the run. A little bit of a floater over to Zach Rose, who brings it in for the outs.
And not one that a first baseman likes is that one taking him right into the path of the runner moving up that first base line. So it's got to be a quick catch and pull the glove back, or there's some fun contact at first base.
So Ty Broughton to the plate. He reached on an error to the third baseman in the first, had a single. Came around to score a run in the third.
Matt, how many different players have we seen behind the plate this year for Jefferson?
Several.
This is probably the fourth. I mean, we've seen Connor Bailey, we've seen Sammy Roberts, we've seen Reagan Hollinger, and I don't think we had seen Vadas until today behind the plate. So that's now 4, I think, that we have seen behind the plate for Jefferson. And there's some teams in the Eastern Panhandle that had to put a guy back there. They weren't overly confident with one guy behind the plate.
Action back underway with the first pitch to Broughton, a breaking pitch for strike 1. So Vadas and Roberts getting on the same page, and it pays off with strike 1. 0-1 delivery. Here it comes. That one down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. This seems like a big at bat right now for Washington. This is now working past the middle point of this game. They had the big lead and all the momentum with the last 6 runs of scoring coming from Jefferson. Has the pitch to the plate in there for a strike, now 1-2, and you feel like Washington needs to find some way to pull a little momentum back. The 1 ball, 2 strike delivery. That one bounces out in front of the plate. Now 2-2. Vadas doing his best to block it.
I think using that left arm more than anything, the way he popped up and looked at the left side of that jersey. Big smile on his face, though, as he puts the mask back on.
Here's the pitch, and that one works low and away. Glances off the mitt of Vadas. Goes through to the backstop, and it is a full count, 3-2. Roberts ready, and here comes that payoff. Swinging a bouncer foul up that third base line. Do it again at 3-2. Jimmy Williams due next for Washington. Played at 3 in the first, 5 in the second, added 1 in the third. Did not score as they went down in order in the fourth. 5 straight batters have been retired by Sammy Roberts, who came in as the third pitcher of the game for Jefferson. 3-2 pitch on the way. This one lifted in the air very high into left field, ranging over just a little bit, and making that grab is Connor Bailey. There you go. You know it, as soon as you're playing one position and you move to another, the ball finds you.
Ball finds you.
He had been catching, but now out in left field and able to make that play. Trying to get all of my substitutions in here. 2 outs, base is empty for Williams, and he will take just outside ball 1.
Jimmy Williams a strikeout and hit by a pitch today. When he reached first on that hit by a pitch to lead off the second inning, came around to score in that inning.
1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air into center field, and waiting on that one is Sam Wabnitz. He's got it. How about Sammy Roberts? He has retired 6 straight batters since coming in relief. Back-to-back innings, Washington has gone down 1-2-3. Moving to the bottom of the 5th when we come back with your score. Still Washington 9, Jefferson 8.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Moving to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Finn Horowitz to get it started. Camian Gonzalez, and then you'd imagine Kellen Kinsler, who moved from left over to right field in that top half of the inning. Remember, Kinsler started in left, but in the second inning, it was Daquan Shipe who hit, as Kinsler had been removed in order to bring in Shipe as a pitcher. Then when Shipe was taken from the mound, Kinsler went back out in the field, and now has moved from where he started in left over to right field. Let's not forget Mason LaFollette, who was being DH'd for. He's been in and out of the game now.
Yeah.
And I believe the last time out, you can do the re-entry, I believe, once.
Yeah, you can re-enter a starter once. After that, they're finding the seat on the bench somewhere.
Finn Horowitz up for a third time in this one.
Had a big 2 RBI single his last at bat.
Yep, part of that 3-run third inning. He takes the first pitch that he sees from Zach Wick. Down low, ball 1.
Wick came in for the last 2 outs of the 4th inning. Gave up 2 hits and a run. Also got a strikeout to end the 4th inning.
1-0 on the way, high and inside. Horowitz turns the head out of the way of ball 2. And we've seen production out of the top part of the order, looking to get some here. Horowitz has a hit, but combined, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters are 1 for 6. Pitch just, is a strike, I should say. 2-1. 2-1 to Horowitz as the right-hand batter now awaits. Wick is ready. Here it comes. It's a bouncer right back to him. Nice play by Wick, who stumbles after reaching out off the third base side of the mound to field it. He regains his footing and throws on to first for the out.
Again, not an easy play. A lot of pitchers try to rush that play too much, especially when you stumble a little bit like Wick did, but realized he had time. Finn wasn't sprinting down the line by any stretch of the imagination, so Wick, a good job taking a breath and making a sharp throw over to first, 1 down.
Brings up Camian Gonzalez. Gathers himself as he steps into the right-hand box. That closed stance as he shows the pitcher the left shoulder. Squares around and pushes a bunt foul up the third base line. Link comes in, picks it up. Let's see if that gets him in a little closer at third. Playing pretty much right at the fringe of where the dirt and the infield grass meet. Gonzalez has grounded out to short, has struck out looking. He awaits the 0-1 pitch here. Zach Wick to the plate, swing and a miss, and Gonzalez with a huge cut going down to a knee.
Yeah, golfed at that one. That one only getting about 58 feet. I don't know what he saw off the bat or off the out of the hand, but certainly is one he probably wants back. I know for sure wants back.
So now no balls and 2 strikes.
Gets a little life out of the Washington faithful on the Washington bench.
And here comes the pitch, a swing and a miss. He was very late on that fastball.
And Wick reaching back a little bit. That looked like one of the quicker ones he had thrown.
Yes, second strikeout now for Wick. 2 down, nobody on, and it brings up Kellen Kinsler.
I'm guessing, by the way, he's still putting his gloves on, that it was a question as to whether he was going to be pinch hit for or not. A strikeout in the 4th inning. And coming out late into the on-deck circle and throwing those gloves on right before he steps into the right-hand batter's box.
Kinsler swinging at the first pitch, bounces it foul. That one just to the left of us as it hits the brick backstop. We should remind you as we wrap up here, we will be joining in progress Game one of the best of three championship series from the Women's Softball College World Series. Breaking pitch just a bit up and in. Now 1 ball and 1 strike, and the Washington faithful wanted that call.
What gave you that idea?
The roar just to our left. Very close pitch. Now Wick is ready with a 1-1. That fastball high and tight. 2-1 now to Kinsler.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of everybody tonight. Usually
We are.
we sit off the right side of home plate on the Jefferson side of the stands, but today kind of in the middle of everybody, so we're getting the best of both worlds.
Here's the 2-1. That fastball missing high, 3 balls and a strike. By the way, it's Oklahoma and Florida State in that Women's Softball World Series.
Would have been fun to see JMU playing, wouldn't it?
Especially since Florida State pulled the upset to get by Alabama. He had 2 underdogs in there. 3-1 pitch is due. Kinsler shows the bat as though he'll bunt. He takes a strike, and it is a full count, 3-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom half of inning number 5, Jefferson batting and down by a run. Washington leads 9-8. Payoff pitch on the way. High, ball 4. Kinsler draws the base on balls. A 2-out base runner. We're back to the top of the order, and Connor Bailey. Matt, this is the part of the order that has done a lot of the damage.
And this is who you want up. You want Bailey up, a single and a walk his last 2 at-bats. And boy, do you want to see Connor Bailey find his way on base.
The first 4 batters have scored all 8 runs.
Colin Horowitz stands in the on-deck circle.
They've only been retired 3 times. Here's a pitch in there for a strike to Bailey. Bailey was retired on a fly ball out to center, and Reagan Allinger on a sacrifice fly to right, and then Zach Rose on a fly out to right. Other than that, they found a way to get on base, the top 4 in the order. Wick ready, 0-1 pitch. Runner on the move, pitch high and tight, and the throw down, and not going to be in time. A little high as well as Stottlemyre, the shortstop, leaped into the air to pull it in. Count to Bailey should be at a ball and a strike, and he's got the tying run now in scoring position. Kinsler getting the steal. Time now being taken. I think Bailey was verifying the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, it was a little bit of a delay with Kinsler at second base, just
go.
shaking a little bit of dirt out of the jersey and the pants.
1-1 pitch. This one hit in the air into right field. Brendan Kerr is there. Back pedals a couple of steps and makes the catch, and the side is retired. A 2-out base on balls does not come back to hurt as Zach.
Heffley Motor Company, serving the Eastern Panhandle for over 17 years. Known for our wide variety of vehicles at great prices, we are the area's only pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer.
Save yourself time and money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
And don't forget our popular detailing service to keep your car looking brand new. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, why not buy local? Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans, and left untreated can cause
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest.
Soft toss over to try to hold Kerr close there as Zach Wick digs into the right-hand batter's box. Welcome back. Our apologies as we had some technical difficulties. Matt, great job being able to get that taken care of as this pitch missing down low to Wick, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Got a runner at first base. First time that Roberts has had to work with a runner on. Let's see how it affects him. Pitch to the plate, and it's a bouncing ball on the right side of the infield. Second baseman over. Finn Horowitz to his left, fields it, and right at the fringe of the outfield grass in the infield dirt, he's able to make that throw to retire Wick. The out will go 4-3, but a productive out that advances Kerr into scoring position at second. Initially, when that came off the bat, I could not see Finn Horowitz, the second baseman, through the battery at the plate, the umpire and catcher and so forth. I thought that had a chance to get into right field, so that was a very nice play. Pitch missing down low. Vadaz digging that out of the dirt. That is ball 1 to Kobe Smith. Smith batting with 1 out and an insurance run, if anything is insurance in this day and age.
I don't think so.
Swing and a foul tip hung on to by Vadaz. 1 ball, 1 strike. But a insurance run nonetheless in scoring position at second. Smith 2 for 3, a couple of singles in the first and second. A ground out to short his last time up. Bounces this one towards the second baseman. Charging in on it is Horowitz. He's got it. And the throw to first. And Zach Rose pulls it in for the out. A pair of ground ball outs going 4-3, 2 away in the inning. Brendan Kerr, with that ground ball on the right side, does move up to third base.
Big at bat here for Logan Link. Again, I'm not sure there's any sort of insurance in this game the way that runs have been scoring, but 2 is better than 1, that's for sure.
Link stands in, number 2 hitter in the order, and the senior grounds this one on the right side of the infield. This time it bounces away from Horowitz, who is able to grab it, but his foot was slipping and the throw was low. It bounces away from Rose, and a run scores.
Yeah, that one's going to go down as an E4 in the book, and yeah, the foot slipped, but it really started with the bobbling in and out of the glove of Finn Horowitz. He was moving to his left, and it looked like it just popped off the palm. One bounce in front of him, he was able to get the ball back quick enough that if the throw was on the money, they probably could have got Logan Link, but a low throw, and Rose able to block it, but not able to pick it.
So a run scores, it's 10-8, and here's another ground ball on that right side of the infield, and that one goes off the webbing of the glove of Horowitz, and all hands will be safe as Link goes into second, and Cameron Moore reaches at first.
Back-to-back errors on Finn Horowitz.
Oh, boy, 2 tough plays.
And, boy, he's got some action this inning, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. That is 4 straight balls that have been hit his way. 2 outs, a run in, 2 on. Braden Stottlemyre, the batter. Here's the pitch, and that one high and tight for ball 1. Stottlemyre had an RBI single in the first, a sac fly in the second, and a fly out to center in the fourth. Boy, all this happening with 2 outs. 10-8 now the lead for Washington. And here's a pitch down low, goes through to the backstop, and the runners will advance. Link with a very wide turn at third will go back to the bag there as the runner Cameron Moore from first moves to second.
Sam Wabnitz was warming up in the bullpen a few innings ago. Didn't see him toss the last half inning, but would imagine that he's probably the next up if Sammy Roberts can't get out of this inning.
Counted 2 balls and no strikes.
And unfortunately for Sammy Roberts, he's pitching ground balls.
Yep.
Just a couple of errors in the inning that have proven costly.
Allowing 1 run to score, and now allowing 2 to be in scoring position. Albeit a wild pitch, certainly not helping.
And they're going to walk Stottlemyre.
So they'll go ahead and give the intentional walk on the 2-0 count. And Stottlemyre will not see any more pitches. He'll go to first. And now it will bring up Colin Reed, who is 0 for 3. A pair of strikeouts looking, and his last time up, a ground ball out to the shortstop. Here we go. Roberts to the plate, and the pitch, a strike on the inside corner. Bases are loaded with 2 down, 10-8 Washington. Roberts to the plate, and the pitch is bounced foul right over to the on-deck circle where Ty Broughton grabs it with his left hand. Count now 0-2. Big chance here for Washington to give themselves some separation. Big chance for Roberts to get out of it and get his team in there in the bottom of the 6th, down by just 2. Here is the pitch, and it's a high chopper foul third base side. Holding it 0-2.
And the minute there is contact with the bat, everybody gets silent. Both sides, it becomes eerily quiet for about a split second.
Waiting to see where that ball goes, right? 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one sent the other way on the ground to the first baseman. Rose has it, will take it to the bag himself, and Roberts gets out of the jam. The bases are left loaded, but a run does score thanks to a couple of errors occurring with 2 outs in the inning. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, it is now Washington 10, Jefferson 8.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender. All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit TrippsFloorSanding.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit tripsfloorsanding.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic.
Line, but that one has plenty of hook to it and goes foul. A ball and 2 strikes to Reagan Allinger. A single into left for Horowitz to get the inning started on a 2-1 pitch. And then Allinger now facing a 1-2 delivery with nobody out and a runner at first. And Allinger representing that tying run. Morgantown winning Section 1 in Region 1. Bridgeport winning Section 2. Those two teams will meet beginning on Monday for the best-of-3 regional final series there. Reed taking his time after that last foul ball. Now ready with a 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. In on his hands. He fights it off and drops it out into shallow left field right along the line. That'll be a base hit for Reagan Allinger. Horowitz will stop at second. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Jefferson.
Good piece of hitting. Just did what he needed to do. That one not powerful at all. Just a looper into left field, but it gets the job done with nobody down. And now the tying run standing at first base, and it'll be now a pinch runner is Peyton Corwin. Have used as a courtesy runner a couple of times today, and now a pinch runner is Peyton Corwin at first base.
So there you go. The pinch running role, and Matt, great job again fixing up our technical difficulties. Folks, we apologize for getting knocked off a couple of times here in these last few minutes. Jump back in with that play-by-play, boss.
Thank you, sir. It is Zach Rose, the big lefty, standing in, looking to find a gap somewhere and try to tie this one up. First pitch, that one low in the dirt, but a good job blocking that one is Broughton. Keeps the runners where they are on the bases. 1-0 the count to Rose. A 2 RBI single in the first, a walk, and a fly out to right so far in this game. Reed looks back at second base. Ready with the 1-0. A hearty cut, a swing and a miss by Rose. Count even at 1.
Hard to be comfortable in this game when you know the offense that Jefferson has and they have the final at bat. And especially after last night when they put 3 on the board in the bottom of the 7th to get it to extras before winning in 10.
What we've seen from Washington's bats today, I don't think anybody can be comfortable at any point in this game. No lead is safe. Reed going to step off the back of the rubber, is taking his time getting the sign from his catcher, Broughton. Rose will step back in. Runners get their lead off the bags, first and second is Corwin and Horowitz. Here comes the 1-1, another swing and a miss by Rose, and he's behind in the count 1-2. Sammy Roberts waits in the on-deck circle, hoping to help his own cause.
Another excellent breaking pitch. Clearly had Rose out in front.
10-8, bottom of inning number 6. The winner, a date with Martinsburg and a best-of-3 next week for a regional title. The 1-2 lifted into left field. The outfielders were shifted to the right with a lefty batter, and that turns into a long foul ball down the left field line. Yeah, left field and center field, it shaded to the right, as did the right fielder, Brendan Kerr. So Cameron Moore absolutely flying to the foul line, down the left field line, but not able to get to it. A lot of ground to cover, and one that was hit high and normal. If you're playing normal depth and a normal positioning in left field, you probably get to that one. But where he's playing, and now we'll shade a little bit more over to that left field line.
Give him an A for effort.
Yeah. Count still 1-2, nobody down. Reed comes set, ready with 1-2, a breaking ball. That one high and outside for ball 2.
Now this becomes a big pitch. You go 3-2, and Rose can maybe sit on something. He is already a tough out, even tougher in that situation. So what pitch do you come back with if you're Colin Reed?
Comes set out of the stretch. Break-even pitch coming up, and a time called at the plate just before Reed started that delivery. So the pitch will not count.
No.
Zach Rose had barely called time just before the front leg was lifted by Colin Reed.
Pitch would have missed up and away for ball 3. Instead, it stays 2-2.
So Reed looks in. This time a little quicker with that delivery. Here comes the 2-2. This one lifted into right field, and that will drop in front of Brendan Kerr. Being waved around third base is Colin Horwitz. Here comes the throw-in, cut off by the first baseman. No play at home or at third, and Jefferson is back within one on the RBI single for Zach Rose into right field. Moving first to third is Peyton Corwin.
3 RBI in this one for Zach Rose. His bat has come to life as he is now 2 for 3, has added a walk and a run scored in there as well. Jefferson getting the job done against Reed here in this 6th inning.
And now a runner just 90 feet away from tying this one up is Peyton Corwin at third base. Zach Rose stands at first, and it's Sammy Roberts at the plate. Roberts' last at-bat was an RBI single to score Reagan Ollinger.
Yep, 1 for 3.
Roberts awaits that first pitch. Still nobody down here in the inning. First pitch, that one low, bouncing, but a good block by Broughton to keep it in front. Count 1-0. And this was going to be one of the big questions, was how deep could Washington go into their bullpen with the amount they have played recently. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one upstairs, ball 2.
Well, and I wonder, Colin Reed, we had him only at about 36 pitches, 19 of those for strikes, but had gone through the order once, and that may very well be what the thinking process was.
Zach Wick.
I'm sorry, Zach Wick. Thank you.
Here is the 2-0 pitch, a called strike at the plate, and Zach Rose going to take a nice leisurely jog to second base. No throw with the runner at third base, so now 2 in scoring position, and now the go-ahead run is in scoring position.
So, again, thank you for correcting me. That was Zach Wick. So Wick came in and was pretty effective in an inning and 2/3. Again, maybe taken out just so he doesn't have to go through that lineup a second time.
Here comes the 2-1, a breaking ball high inside, popping in and out of the glove of Broughton. 3-1, a hitter's count now to Sammy Roberts. Roberts coming into the game, a .373 hitter, 22 hits and 59 at-bats. Has added hit 23 here this evening. 15 runs driven in. He's looking for a couple more. 3-1 count. Here's that 3-1 pitch, and one fouled off of Broughton. Looked like, or it sounded like, hitting off the face mask, and the count full.
Yeah, late swing there from Roberts. That was a strike. Not like he chased a bad pitch or anything, but just a little late on that fastball. Good pitch from Reed, and he needs an out here. Nobody out, a run in, and 2 in scoring position in a 1-run game.
Speed at third base, so if Roberts can lift one into the outfield somewhere, it's probably going to score a run and tie this game. Sammy Roberts calling a time at the plate from the instruction from the dugout, as Reed hadn't even come set yet. Colin Reed looks in, and now will step off the rubber and retow. Not on the same page right now with Broughton, that is clear. Looking in, and now a little cat and mouse being played.
Yeah, I think so as well. Big situation. Everybody's trying to catch their breath just a little bit.
Roberts steps back in the right-hand batter's box. Reed now going to come set. Glances back at second where Zach Rose gets his lead. Here comes the 3-2. Ball 4 outside. Bases are loaded.
Yeah, just missed off that outside corner of the Washington faithful. Thinking that would have been strike 3, but it was a little away, and now the bases are loaded. Still nobody out.
The batter, Sam Wobnitz. Wobnitz looking for his first hit of the game. Has reached once on a hit by pitch. That back in the 3rd inning. A strikeout victim, his last at-bat. That was to end the 4th.
Well, and Matt, your concern now is what? If Jefferson puts a runner up to tie it, but not only that, 2-3 runs on top of that, And now you're looking at your final at bat if you're Washington.
Breaking ball high and inside to Wabnitz for ball one. Yeah, Washington with allowing 2 runs if they do in the bottom of this 6th inning is down to their final 3 outs of the season. Kamian Gonzalez I saw warming up down the right field line, maybe coming in a possible close situation as the 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And now a trip to the mound.
Matt, while we have a moment, let's continue to wrap up the other sectional champions across AAA. We had mentioned Morgantown and Bridgeport over in Region 3, Section 1. St. Albans with a 10-4 win over George Washington yesterday, so that advances them to take on Oak Hill. Meanwhile, in Region 4, Section 1, it was a 9-inning game yesterday for Cabell Midland to knock off Huntington by a 5-4 final, and that puts Cabell Midland into a matchup against Hurricane, who was the Section 2 champion. All of those regional best 2 out of 3 series are scheduled to begin in AAA on Monday of next week.
And congratulations to Oak Hill. Not a name you hear an awful lot in the postseason for baseball. So congratulations to them getting to the regional round. Count is 2-0 to Sam Wabnitz. Mound visit is over as Reed will move back into the windup with the bases loaded. Infield is in as they're going to cut down the run at the plate if the ball's hit into the infield, and there is strike one, the fastball about letter I, but just catching the upper edge of that zone.
Yeah, desperately needed that one.
Reed working a little quicker when he's in the windup. Here comes the 2-1. This one high, driven into left field. Moving over on it is Mornick. Gets over his head. Coming in to score from third is Peyton Corwin. Zach Rose waved around third base, and he will come in to give Jefferson the lead at 11-10 on the RBI double for Sam Wabnitz. That is RBI 9 and 10 for him, and boy, did they come at the right time.
3 runs in the inning, and 2 more in scoring position, and still nobody out. This is not what Coach Nussbaum and the Washington Patriots were hoping for. Everything that this Jefferson crowd was hoping for.
And now another mound visit, and that should be it for Colin Reed. This will be the second visit of the inning, and we'll have somebody coming off the bench, and that'll be Adam Sedlock. So while Sedlock gets in his warm-up tosses, Reed will go back to the bench. We will send it back to the station, take a 1-minute break, come back with more here at Sager Field. It is 11-10. Jefferson has taken the lead here in the AAA Region 2, Section 2 final. We're back in 60 seconds.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Field, Adam Sedlock, the new pitcher for Washington. Colin Reed went 0.0 plus, if you will, did not record an out here in the inning. And already 3 runs across for Jefferson as they've gained the lead for the first time in this game at 11-10. 4 hits so far, 3 runs given up for Colin Reed to his credit, but still 2 runners on that would be his responsibility. 1 walk and no strikeouts. Looking at the numbers for Sedlock so far this season, this will be his 6th appearance, 14 innings on the mound, a 6.50 ERA, 26 hits, 14 runs, 13 of those have been earned, 11 strikeouts to 7 walks. And now Washington going to be down to their final 3 outs when we go to the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, they'll have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due. Bottom part of the order has produced. 4 of the runs on the board for the Patriots have come from those spots.
The batter is Finn Horowitz, the 6th batter to come to the plate this inning, and Washington still looking for the first out. The infield is in. Not a forced play at home with first base empty. Finn Horowitz hitting a couple of runs driven in so far today. Takes this one low for ball 1. And not an easy situation for Sedlock to come into.
No, not at all. Definitely a tough spot.
Sedlock just a junior, so should be back next year. Here comes the 1-0, driven to the opposite way. Kerr moving over, and he makes the catch. Tagging up, coming in from third is Sammy Roberts, and the throw almost getting away from Ty Broughton. The cutoff at first was Jimmy Williams, and wasn't going to be a play at the plate, but Williams decided to try it anyway and almost got away, but a good catch from Broughton. It'll be a sacrifice fly, RBI for Finn Horowitz. 12-10, the Jefferson lead.
How about 3 runs batted in on the day for him? I tell you, the Horowitz household will be enjoying this one. First out of the inning, but you do get another run in to add to the lead. Wabnitz did end up staying put at second, did not try to advance.
Mark Smith will now come to the plate and hit in place of Cayman Gonzalez. Seen him take a few hacks this year in the games we've covered. 4 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th. There's time called at the plate and spinning at the mound, looking back at second, pretty much simultaneously with Sedlock. Smith on the season, 6 hits, 16 at-bats, .375 average. Here comes the first pitch to Smith, and it's a call. Strike 1. Dancing around at second base is Sam Wabnitz. Wabnitz the big hit in this game to this point to give the Cougars the lead at 11-10. Here comes the 0-1. That one bouncing into Broughton, able to keep it right around his feet and hold Wabnitz at second base. Count even at 1. Wabnitz gets that lead off of second base. It's a quick glance by Sedlock, and now Smith going to send one into the gap in left center field. That one is down. Wabnitz going to round third. He's being waved and going to come around to score the 5th run of the inning for the Cougars. Their lead now at 3 at 13-10 on the RBI single for Mark Smith.
Well, there you go. The bats coming to life for these Jefferson Cougars. And I think the pitching depth running out, if you will, for the Washington Patriots.
Close the book now on Colin Reed with the appearance. Did not get an out, giving up 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Smith stands at first base. The batter is Kellen Kinsler. He steps out. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, 3 in the bottom of the 4th, and now 5 in the bottom of the 6th for Jefferson in what has been a tale of 2 games.
Yeah, early part of this game won by Washington, but the later part of the game being won by Jefferson.
Sedlock comes set out of the stretch. Here comes the first pitch to Kinsler. That one fouled into the backstop netting. Strike 1.
And that's part of what we would have heard. I don't think we got the full statement from John Lowry Sr. in our pregame shows. We had to cut that just a little bit short. But he talked about, telling his team game in and game out. Guys, it's a 21-out game. Doesn't matter if they score 1 or 2 in the first or 5 or 6 in the first. They still have to get us out.
Kinsler showed bunt and pulled back wisely as that one missed the zone for ball 1.
So you get those 21 outs, make the most of every single one of them, and you can come back in a game. Just because you give up a few runs early doesn't mean it's over, and they've shown that in this one.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch again. Kinsler squares around. That one missing low and away. He's able to get the bat back. 2 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter in the order for the Cougars. Waiting in the on-deck circle is Connor Bailey. Right now the only Cougar not to hit in this 6th inning.
Yeah, 8 batters have come to the plate now, and still only 1 out with 5 runs scoring.
Kinsler squaring around a bunt, sends this one foul down the third baseline. Count even at 2. Made it just about all the way to first base. Gets a quick word of wisdom from John Lowry Sr., who's sitting on his stool at the opposite end of the dugout from where we are, and See Kinsler take the long way back to home plate as I'm guessing a couple of quick words saying, hey, make sure you get that one in fair territory.
Hey.
Check back over to first, back on the head first dive is Mark Smith.
That's Sammy Roberts down in the bullpen, continuing to stay loose. So it looks like he will come out.
Yeah, I wondered if it would be him or Camion that would come out in the final inning, but Roberts, like you said, looks like he's staying loose. Kinsler with 2 strikes, puts it in play right back to the pitcher. Sedlock off the mound, fires over to first to record the second out of the inning. Smith moves from first to second. So I'm guessing that was probably the words of wisdom. Hey, you're still going to bunt here with 2 strikes.
Hey, get it down. 2 outs now in the inning, but you go back to the top of the order. Connor Bailey does have a hit in 3 at-bats, has also walked, and he has come around to score a couple of runs.
Bailey stands in. Again, that kind of knee-bent, hunched-over stance. First pitch to him. That one sent to the shortstop, and up with it is Stottlemyre. Fires across the diamond. A good pick at first by Jimmy Williams. There's dirt flying around that glove, and the side is retired. 5 runs come across the score in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jefferson takes the lead 13-10. The Patriots down to their final 3 outs when we come back in the top of the 7th. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Sammy Roberts back out as he is going to try to shut the door on Washington and give Jefferson the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title. Again, the winner of this one earns a best-of-3 series with the Martinsburg Bulldogs next week.
And if we start that here, as they will host Game 1 and Game 3, that middle game would be back at P.O. Faulkner.
Due up is Ty Broughton, along with Jimmy Williams and Brendan Kerr. That is a 3 for the Patriots that are trying to score 3 to stay alive.
Broughton does have a single, also reached on an error. So right now you're just trying to get on.
Here comes the 0-1. This one a ground ball up the middle. Moving over is Finn Horwitz. Up with it. Took a little while to get it out of the glove, but is able to get it over to Zach Rose, who has a good stretch at first base for out number 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could see it from your angle, but he actually bobbled down when he
I figured he double clutched it. Looking through the pitcher, Sammy Roberts, on the mound, it was pretty much right in front of Finn Horwitz.
Kind of popped in and out of that mid again where he had to, grab it a second time. So he bobbled it, but still got enough on the throw.
He certainly has been busy over the last couple of half innings, hasn't he?
He has.
Jimmy Williams stands in. 1 down in the top of the 7th. First pitch to Williams, and he chases that one up the ladder for strike 1.
Williams was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, a strikeout in the 3rd, a fly out to center in the 5th. 0 for 2 as he stands in.
Here comes the 0-1, and again chases that one out of the zone for strike 2.
I think a little extra zip right now for Roberts. The juices are flowing.
Roberts out of the wind-up and isn't even shaking off pitches. He's just going with the fastball here. This one is sent into left field, moving back on it, and making the play is Connor Bailey in left for the 2nd out of the inning. A good charge in it by Jimmy Williams, but read perfectly off the bat by Connor Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey, as you said, read it well, tracked it down, That was a well-hit ball off the bat. I thought it could have been trouble, but it was not.
The phones have been pulled out by the Jefferson faithful. They want to capture this moment. It would be a heck of a two-out rally if Washington's able to score 3 here with 2 down in the top of the 7th. The batter is Brendan Kerr. Here's the first pitch to Kerr. That one low, bouncing away from Vadaz. Ball 1.
Kerr, field hit his last time up, has also walked, has a strikeout back in that second inning, so he is 1 for 2.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kerr, a fastball. This one fouled off just to our left. Count even at 1. This is the 4th inning in relief for Sammy Roberts. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Kerr. Fastball, this one lifted into center field. Moving over on it is Sam Wobnitz. He puts the glove up and makes the catch, and the Jefferson Cougars have won the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title. They will play the Martinsburg Bulldogs next week for the Region 2 crown. Final score, 13-10, Jefferson beating Washington. Heck of a ball game, a tale of 2 games, as it was Washington jumping out to the big lead early, and Jefferson coming back with vengeance, as their bats always dangerous and never more dangerous than what we saw in the last 4 innings today. 13-10, the final in this one. Jefferson beating Washington. We'll get into how it played out and some of the stats coming up in the post-game show after this 2-minute timeout. We're back after this. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
All right, Matt, when it comes to flooring, you can't beat luxury vinyl. It's waterproof, easy to clean and maintain, extremely durable, and looks great.
Are you nuts? Hardwood flooring's the way to go. It's durable, easy to maintain, matches every decor, and increases the value of your home instantly.
All right, one thing we can agree on is Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring. They'll take care of you with great selection, service, and pricing.
Whether it's hardwood or luxury vinyl, call Trips at 304-229-7009.
Or visit trippsfloorsanding.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome affects 13 million Americans and left untreated can cause long-term debilitation. WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center recently became the first hospital in the region to offer carpal tunnel release with ultrasound guidance using the new Sonex Health SX1 microknife. CTR surgery is an outpatient procedure and most patients return to normal activities within 3 to 6 days. For more info, contact WVU Medicine Board Certified Orthopedic Surgeon Brad Wright at 304-725-2663.
Craving lunch or dinner? The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving. Awarded one of the 101 most unique places to eat in West Virginia, the Cider will fill you up with their delicious fresh orchard panini, mouth-watering smoker burger, farmer's daughter Cobb salad, and more. The Cider Press also serves a wide selection of craft beer and hard ciders. The Cider Press, serving lunch and dinner daily and where the food is fresh. You'll feel right at home. Now offering online ordering at Cider Press Deli and Grill.
The regional trophy, as it's the Jefferson Cougars taking on the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title, is now the whole team going to get the picture with that plaque on the mound, as it was a tale of 2 games, Matt, as Washington jumping out quickly with 3 runs in the top of the first, but Jefferson coming back with 2 of their own in the bottom of the first inning, and Washington taking a 8-2 lead after the second inning, 9-2 going into the bottom of the third, and you're going, wow, look at this Washington team. Is Jefferson going to have enough bats to come back in this one? And that is when the comeback truly started, and you saw the momentum completely shift in this ballgame as we went to the bottom of the third.
And what created the shift? Base on balls. You go back and look at that third inning, and it was, a leadoff walk. The next man up walks. A sacrifice fly brings home a run. A walk puts more on. You get a strikeout to get the second out, but then you hit a batter, end up with the bases loaded, and a 2 RBI single. There was 1 hit in the inning, but 3 runs scored, and it all started because of a lack of control in that 1 inning for Braden Stottlemyre. He ended up walking 5, but 3 of them and a hit batter also came in that 3rd inning. That's what got it started, and then it gets you deep into the batting order, right? So when you get into that 4th inning, you get a strikeout to start the inning, but that's the number 9 hitter in the order, and then you go back to the top of the order, and Connor Bailey singles, Cullen Horowitz with that deep 2-run home run to straightaway center, and, even with 2 outs, an RBI hit from Sammy Robertson, the next thing you know, Jefferson's right back in it.
And the crushing blow coming after Washington scored 1 in the top of the 6th. You're going, okay, 10-8 at that point. While you didn't feel like any lead was safe in this game, you're going, okay, they at least got an insurance run. We'll see if they can come in and shut the door. What do they have pitching-wise? It's going to come in the bottom of that 6th inning, and unfortunately, Colin Reed just did not have his best stuff when he came on the mound, did not record an out, and gave up 5 runs on 4 hits, walked 1, wasn't able to get a strikeout. He gave way to Adam Sedlock. He went the full inning, getting all 3 outs, giving up a hit. He did not give up a run, but unfortunately for Colin Reed, just not the outing he wanted, as 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning for Jefferson as they go on to win 13-10. Another 1-minute break to take back at the studio. When we come back, we will give you some stats from this one and set you up for our next broadcast. It'll be the regional round of the playoffs next week, Martinsburg and Jefferson. That coming up after this 1-minute timeout.
Babe, I'm hungry.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. You pick.
Chinese?
No, not feeling it.
Mexican?
No, we just had that over the weekend.
You pick.
Let's go to the Cider Press restaurant. They have a new smoker burger. I think you'd really like it.
The Cider Press restaurant inside Taylor's Farm Market has what you're craving, where the food is fresh and you feel right at home. Exit 5 right off I-81 in Inwood, or online at ciderpressdeliandgrill.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Welcome back in one final time to Sager Field. The picture still being taken in front of us as the Jefferson Cougars get the Region 2, Section 2 title in AAA high school baseball. They get a few days off before facing Martinsburg next week in the Region 2 Best of 3 series. Let's get into some stats, starting with the pitching totals. For the Washington Patriots, Braden Stottlemyre started the game on the mound. He went 3 1/3, giving up 7 runs on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. He gave way to Zach Wick, who pitched relatively well. He came in for an inning and 2/3, giving up 1 run on 2 hits, striking out 2 and walking 1. Colin Reed, as we mentioned, coming in the 6th inning, and just not his best stuff. 5 runs on 4 hits, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. Adam Sedlock comes in, records all 3 outs in that 6th inning, giving up no runs on 1 hit, no strikeouts, and no walks. On the flip side, for Jefferson, getting the start with Zach Rose, he only went an inning and 1/3, giving up 6 runs on 4 hits, striking out 3, not walking anybody, but hitting a couple of batters. He gave way to Daquan Scheidt out of the bullpen, a 1 2/3 on the mound, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 1. And then Sammy Roberts coming in and getting the win. 4 innings in relief, 1 run on 1 hit. Did not strike out anybody, but only walked 1 batter. Matt, let's take a look at some offensive numbers.
Kobe Smith, a great start for Washington. He goes 2 for 4 out of that leadoff spot, scores a couple of runs. Logan Link had an RBI infield single, reached on an error. He will go 1 for 4. Cameron Moore, hit by a pitch, delivered a 3 RBI triple in that big 5-run second inning for Washington. He also reached on an error as he goes 1 for 3. Braden Stottlemyre had an RBI single and a sacrifice fly, also was intentionally walked. He's got a run scored in there also as he goes 1 for 2. Colin Reed, tough day at the plate, 0 for 4. Ty Broughton had a base hit, reached on an error as he goes 1 for 4. Jimmy Williams was hit by a pitch and scored a run, otherwise 0 for 3. Brendan Kerr drew a base on balls, also had an infield a single. He would go 1 for 3, and Zach Wick was 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. For the Jefferson Cougars, Connor Bailey, a walk, a single. He goes 1 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. Cullen Horowitz, the Bear, he goes 3 for 3, a couple of singles, a big 2-run home run. He walked in and scored a run. Reagan Ollinger would go 3 for 3, had a sacrifice fly in there as well. He scored 3 runs, and one of his 3 hits was a double. A lot of production out of the top of the order, as you are hearing. Zach Rose out of that cleanup spot. He goes 2 for 3, a couple of singles, 3 runs batted in. He drew a walk and scored a couple of runs. Sammy Roberts 1 for 3, but a big RBI single in the 4th. He drew a walk and scored as well. Sam Wabnitz 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch, had a 2 RBI single as part of that big 5-run and decisive 6th inning. Finn Horowitz 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single, added a sac fly as well as he drove in 3. Camian Gonzalez went 0 for 3. Mark Smith had an RBI single in a pinch hit appearance, and it was Kellen Kinsler going 0 for 2 with a base on balls. Daquan Shipe 0 for 1 in that number 9 spot in the order.
Final totals look like this for Washington: 10 runs on 8 hits, no errors. 4 left on 3 of those in scoring position. For Jefferson, 13 runs on 13 hits, 3 errors in the field, 6 runners left on, 5 of those in scoring position. Sammy Roberts gets the win. He is 5-1. Colin Reed will finish the season getting the loss at 2-2 is his record. Time of the game, 2 hours and 19 minutes. So, Matt, that sets up next week a best-of-3 series that will start right here. We have been told on Monday. It should be Monday, Tuesday, if needed on Wednesday. And it'll be the Martinsburg Bulldogs coming in from Berkeley County taking on the Jefferson Cougars. Martinsburg, the 3 seed in the region. Jefferson, the 1 seed. And Martinsburg playing just about as well as anybody later in the season. And a team in Jefferson that has been number 1 in the state for the better part of the season. So it should be a series that I would not be surprised if went 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Late in the year, Martinsburg came down here. We had that game. They had a lead late, but very much like this one, Jefferson's going to play you. You got to get them 21 outs, and they scored some late runs and ultimately beat Martinsburg by a 7-6 final in that one. So if that game was any indication, earlier in the year, it was a blowout win for Jefferson over Martinsburg, but the Dogs a much different team as this season went along. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a very good series.
We would imagine that for Martinsburg it'll be Caleb Edwards, and for Jefferson probably O'Reilly Vidaz. That's not official, but just based on what we've seen this year, that is the probable pitching matchup. Our pregame next week on Monday will start right here at 5:40. First pitch at Sager Field should be right around 6 p.m. Well, that is going to wrap up our coverage from here for this evening. A big thanks to all the folks here at Sager Field, both head coaches, for interviews and stats before this one, and everybody that always is so gracious to us here at Sager Field, one of our favorite places to come call any sporting event in the Eastern Panhandle. Colin McLaughlin has been our studio engineer. Avery Newport, our on-site producer. John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman. For Matt Miller, I am Matt Crawford, reminding you one final time that the Jefferson Cougars get the AAA Region 2 Section 2 title, beating the Washington Patriots 13-10. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Smallwood and Small Insurance, Thomas Miller Agent, Administrative Drive, Martinsburg. Cider Press Restaurant, Exit 5 Inwood. Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring in Inwood. Chris Ross with Milestone Realty, Tavern Road, Martinsburg. The Mortgage Center in the Aiken Center, Martinsburg. Dynamark Atlantic Security, your local alarm professional. Ollie's VIP Northside, Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. Art McBee Insurance, Martinsburg and Berkeley Springs. D&N Auto Specialists, off Tavern Road, Martinsburg. And Heffley Motors, HeffleyMotorCompany.com.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.